Ow! Hey, it's the Bennington Show on a Thursday. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
And I'm Ron Bennington. Sorry, a little John Lennon today. Anything up?
No.
Anything I should know? Is it an anniversary? Is it...
Nope, just a desire. That's it.
For the Plastic Ono Band. Deep desire to listen to the Plastic Ono Band. Did you send that to me, Chris?
Not yet. I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. There's an email that went out I wasn't even aware of. I'm from a, what do you call it? I don't want to say technical. My whole fucking shit is fucked up. I don't know what I'm doing with any good. Everybody's like, you gonna do this thing? What about that thing that you agreed to? Because I fucking agreed to everything.
Is Mercury in retrograde?
I don't know if I believe in any of that, to be totally honest. I hear that sometimes, and I know that's supposed to put me at ease. But the fucking fact of the matter is, I have zero organizational skills.
Anytime, my big thing is anytime I'm extra touchy and emotional, I look it up. Moon is always in Cancer, 100% of the time.
But how could that have anything to do with anything?
I don't know.
Everybody be fucked up? I don't get it.
I don't know.
If the moon has cancer, this health thing.
It's not good.
No. That's why I would never want to be a Cancer sign. I'm like, no.
Too depressing.
Yeah. Is there another one? Is there like AIDS or diabetes 2? They say diabetes 2 is everybody on the planet has diabetes 1. Anybody who's ever had a Kit Kat bar, diabetes 1. And isn't it funny that people are like, well, there's a diabetic thing, but go out on Halloween and get all the candy you want.
Well, I know that now they're pushing those like teal pumpkins.
What are you talking about, teal pumpkins?
So teal pumpkins they paint the pumpkins teal, and that says, okay, at my house, you have the option if your kid is allergic to everything, you can get like little, cheap dollar store toys or little crayons.
Non-candies.
Yeah, non-candies for kids who have severe...
They're going to choke on them.
They're not supposed to eat them. They're just supposed to enjoy Halloween in a different way.
What is a small toy that you could give a child that they would like? Kids don't even like toys now. They like apps.
Yeah.
So why don't you just come and I'll put a fucking app on your phone and that'll be it.
From what I've seen, it looks like little like sets of crayons or like clackers, like all those like little cheap party favor kind of toys.
If anything is cheap, it doesn't work. It doesn't fucking work here. There's a piece up on the iBang I was laughing about because I grew up with this, and that's Carney fucking games and toys. And the number one thing that you could figure out from this at all is even when you win a stuffed animal, it's not as much as you paid to fucking play that.
No way.
So
yeah.
I found that out when I was a kid. I think the games were like 50 cents then. And my grandmother had this game. It's like half of a wheel, right? Half of like a roulette wheel. And there's a big arrow, rubber bands on each side. And you spin it and it would go back and forth. This thing would go back and forth and it would land on something. You'd want a stuffed animal. No matter what you did, you were going to get a stuffed animal. On the two ends were the giant fucking dogs. And you would explain to people, if it hits here or here, either corner, you're going to win a giant dog. And then there was all smaller dogs. But what you would most win is something that we called a Gigi dog. There was only one of them on the thing. It was just a tiny little, it looked like yarn with a couple eyes on it, right? And that's what most people won. We had all these stuffed animals put up. Only one little Gigi was ever fucking sitting there. And you go, oh, he won the Gigi. And on the two ends where you would win the enormous dogs, because it was so close to the rubber band, right? I mean, thick rubber bands tied together. It was never going to stop there. It would always have a bounce, right? So, yes, the prizes were there, but it was there was zero chance of winning that. And the little dog that we gave out, I think because she bought these things in bulk, they were like 6 cents a piece. So you'd play 50 cents, you'd win a 6 cents prize. Everybody wins a bear dog. And then you would even sometimes make up things. Hey, if you play so long, you could trade in,
Right.
even though that was off the table, you knew the kind of people to do that with. My older brother was fucking great at it. So, and I said to my grandmother once, I go, look, how's there a profit here? Right? What are we doing? We're giving away a bear dog every time. And like she explained, every one of those things was less than what you were ever paying. And I go, why don't we just sell them? Which is, when you think of it, a little kid saying that is a pretty good fucking idea. And she goes like this, who would buy this? You wouldn't buy the thing that you're winning, but you would try to win it.
Yeah, a free Gigi dog.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
So the basketball game is up there. The all the throw the ring over the bottle games is up there.
Now, I think because of you, I never had any interest in playing carnival games. Like it was, I mean, like I would kind of get into the rides when I was a kid, but I always passed the carnival games. And I think it was because you always told me like they're pointless.
I actually think that the rides are pointless too. I think you're just getting burnt no matter what you do there. But the thing is, and particularly back then, and it's changed quite a bit, but still the state fairs are big. But these people wouldn't have this kind of entertainment in their town. They were very excited to have a place. Right. These farmers would have a place to spend their money that they had just sat in their drawer all year for carnival time, because they weren't going to the fucking Bahamas. Carnival was coming and they were going to go ape shit. But I think because I was a little kid and the way that I looked at marks on the Midway, I don't even like casinos. I do not get the excitement, thrill of a casino because I feel like a fucking mark, because you are a mark. A casino is a carnival. There's flashing lights. There's these chances to win. And you don't.
And you don't win.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I went to a casino, it was actually the one in Montreal. And I went with my brother and a bunch of friends. And me and my brother were standing there. We had been in there for 5 minutes and immediately we're like, God, this is weird. It's kind of like what you see in movies, but we had never really experienced it. And, in Canada, that are dollar coins are,
the loonies.
The loonies. So we watched a guy walk up to a, what are they? Like a fountain, like a wishing well fountain, a grown man by himself, and then close his eyes and throw a loony into the water. And me and my brother looked at each other and went, oh, that's exactly the whole thing. Like he literally was like, I wish I'll win $1 million and just threw that in there. And you're like, that's insane for an adult to do, right? Like that's an insane thought that an adult had. This is a lucky fountain in the middle of a casino. And we looked at it and it was just like all this change. You go, this isn't kids. I mean, when you go to, you go to a fountain in a mall or something, those are mostly little kids doing that. So
Can
weird.
I have a nickel? I forgot that. You would ask for money to throw in the fountain. Mom was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? What don't you get? Well, now what's weird in the casino and the slots is like they're not using coins anymore. You go in there with a card, you swipe it, and then that gets fucking... so you're not collecting the coins. Yet those machines still make the coin thing when you win. It still sounds like coins are falling. Because the slot machine is such a great fucking gimmick, because you go into the casino and you're just hearing shh, and you're like, everyone's fucking winning but me. You almost go rushing in because you feel like all the money is going. It's going, I missed it. But you don't know how long those people have been playing those games and what they're doing, So the whole thing is like, if you would hear $100 come down, it sounds unbelievable, $100 in coins, but you don't know if that person has just spent $150 to get there.
Now, the most recent casino experience I had, my boyfriend was playing a slot machine next to his mom. He hits it and gets something like $150. And we had been playing for all of 5 minutes. So we are so psyched and we're like acting like it was like a massive jackpot. And the people around us could not hate us more. I mean, I was looking around and I go, oh my God, some of these people have been sitting here for hours. And we're just like, yeah, we're in the money.
Yes.
And they were not happy with us.
And yet the chances are you end up back the other direction anyway. Look who it is. It's the world famous Tommy Johnigan. Tommy!
Tommy!
Hey, buddies.
What's happening?
I just wanted to say I hate to admit I am a mark.
Yes. You know why? You're a Midwestern guy.
It is. I went to St. Louis when I was 18, and I lost all the money I had on me and 100 of my friends' dollars at a shell game.
No, the shell game. There's literally zero chance of winning because that is a rigged game by what should be called a magician. Like those people doing that have David Blaine type skills.
Right.
Yeah. He did the thing where right when he got me furious, someone else came up and won 100.
Right.
And I was so young and Midwestern, I thought there's no fucking way that guy knew him. There's no way someone would lie to me like that. Why can't I win?
Yes, why? And I was doing good, and now all my money is gone. You know what I mean? I won $1, and when I put the 100 in, oh shit, it's gone. But those guys, and we used to have them in New York City, in Times Square. That was the main thing, and it would always be Asian people gathered around them.
Really?
Asians were just fucking wanting to believe, but they would set up on like a little cardboard tray that they could pick up and run every time that the cops started to come at them. They were unbelievable skills that it takes to do 3-card Monte.
It really is magic, and the addition of having a guy come up that you know and win in front of people is magic, and then now it's Elon Musk doing it. It's brilliant.
Yes, it is. Those guys really do. They really are amazing at marketing and understanding people, but at the same time understanding numbers the whole time. You know, I mean, they probably could run any business in the world, but they're just into this one illegal thing. And I haven't seen a guy running one of those games in a lot of years.
I saw one around 6 years ago on this block around the holidays.
Really?
And he had a piece of cardboard with cord in through it, propped up against his stomach, and he was doing 3-card Monte, and there were tourists around. It was it was in December. I was like blown away. I was like, what? This can't be real, but it was.
It is such I feel the same way as when I'm watching David Blaine, because you could watch that even on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then go, look, here's where it is right here. And 2 seconds later, that card is gone. You have no idea. And for all I know, it's in his fucking pocket. Well, Tommy, I'm glad to see that you were slack-jawed and just enjoying yourself as a young man.
I'd lift it up again tomorrow and be happy about it. But, Joe.
All right,
guys, have a good one.
Peace, Tommy.
Hey, Matt, what's up, buddy?
Hey, guys, I'm a cop, and I used to bust these guys doing 3-card Monte, and it was amazing to me that when I started going after one of them, how many other guys in the crowd were in on it. Like, it would be like a team of guys that would be like, oh, shit, run. And I'd be like, holy cow, there's like 5 people helping this guy, like half the crowd.
So this is what happens sometimes. Imagine that you're in a poker game, right? And you don't know that there's everyone in the game is playing as a team, but you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they would have some of the guys who were just leaning over going, oh, this is amazing. This is great, you know? And then they would, they'd play, they win, and then they go, I want to bet again. And the guy would go, no, it's her turn. You know what I mean?
It was incredible, and they would have like these like signals to each other. Like I would see when I started walking down the street, like one guy would start whistling something weird,
right?
And then like another guy would like walk by him and touch him or whatever. It was like a whole big ballet would happen all of a sudden as soon as I got too close to one of these guys.
And that went on all day long. All day long, they're just moving around. They would move around Times Square.
It seems like it would be like a nice family business.
This wasn't even in Times Square. This was in, like, the hardcore hood. I was in, like, Brownsville, Brooklyn, and they were doing this.
Unbelievable. All right, thanks, Ben. Peace.
Natasha Leggero and Moshe Kasher are here. They will be performing at Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City tonight through Sunday, October 29th. Go to carolines.com for tickets and more information. Moshe Kasher and Natasha Leggero are in studio. They'll be performing at Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City tonight through Sunday, October 29th, carolines.com for tickets. And they'll be taping their Netflix special Wednesday, November 29th at the North Door in Austin, Texas. Go to natashaleggero.com or moshekasher.com for tickets.
Nice to see you guys.
Hi.
Hey, good to be here.
Keeping it all in the family, huh?
Yeah, well, you too.
Yeah. So how's the tour been? Has this been fun for you guys? Or?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's always nice, as you know, as a comedian. You don't want to go on the road by yourself, really. Well, maybe you do. I think male comics want to go on the road by themselves.
When you're
because
single, you want to go on the road by
they
yourself.
can have sex
Yeah.
with the waitresses, but female comedians are usually pretty bored.
As I call it, the good old days.
Yes. And you can only have sex with the waitress the first run through.
That's right.
Because after that, that's your
You gotta move on to the
girlfriend.
audience.
Yeah. 'Cause if not, like, you come back and you're like, oh, this is my girlfriend in this town.
Yes. And the other waitresses know.
The
They're
other
like,
waitresses
you already
know,
have a waitress
yeah.
girlfriend.
You
here.
know one of the waitresses is your mom, right?
Yes.
Wait, so
Exactly.
isn't that good, though, that she becomes your girlfriend? Then you definitely have someone to have sex with, I guess.
I
Right.
think that's how women think.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking that too, but maybe men don't.
How do women think? It's a mystery to me, I'll tell you.
Because I would say, good, I have a set boyfriend. I know what's going to happen when I get
Right.
to that city.
Wait,
So
that's
we
how
figured
you
out.
would think?
Yeah.
Well, no, guys think that too. There's a girl in every port.
There is a girl in every port, but is that the port for you? And by the way, all this stuff happened before Instagram, too.
That's right.
Instagram changed everything because people watch what everybody else is doing.
Oh, so you're saying that the waitress will upload
Yes,
footage and
yeah.
you're like, I
And then-
just hit it with this comedian this weekend.
And then the following weekend, when you get to Chicago, that girl's going, oh, so you got somebody. And it's life has changed for the young people. I don't admire what they all have. to
Oh,
go
I
through.
hear you. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm out. But yeah, I don't have to worry about that anymore. But I do remember the first gig I had. It was a New Year's gig after Natasha and I got together at 12:01
Yeah.
on New Year's Eve. I had a cup of noodles, some Doritos, and a Snapple, and I was headed up to my room. I was like,
And
okay.
what city were you in? It was a really depressing
It
one.
was Grand Rapids, which is a great city.
No, that's a depressing one. No one believes you.
There is plenty of times that feel depressed on the road, though, don't you
Oh,
think?
for sure.
But when you're traveling, when you asked us, like traveling together is fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That we've taken out the worst part of the road, which is the loneliness. You know?
Yes.
Because as we say, like for every awesome show, for every Caroline's weekend where you're in Times Square and like the greatest city in the world,
Yeah.
there are like 10, I'm staying in a residence in across the highway from a mall.
Right.
Right, you can see the Starbucks, but you don't know how to get there.
Right, you have to call a lift to get to the Starbucks, and your big moment of the day is trying to traverse 9 lanes of traffic to get to the Panera Bread and then run back to your hotel room.
So depressing. I used to bring my dog on the road.
Oh,
But
man.
that was even sadder. It's like, me and my dog are hanging out.
What I did is I didn't want to bring a dog, so I had a dog in every port. I'd just go visit and pet him.
You didn't want the other dogs to know.
No, Instagram's changed that.
See, but women don't try to have sex with the audience members. I think you
That's
single
right.
men are like trying to have sex after the show.
Right, that's the typification of the stark divide between men and women. Is I've never met a female comedian who slept with one of their fans, and I've never met a male comedian who hasn't.
Right. It's true.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, except I guess Al Madrigal got married before he started touring.
Right.
When he told me that, I was like, "You did what? You missed out on the greatest moments possible for a young comedian."
But that is true. I think it would seem, for a woman comedian, much more dangerous to go home with
Exactly.
a thug from the audience.
A thug.
Thugs only.
But were you approached from audience members?
I mean, I usually don't go talk to them afterwards.
Have you ever been? That's a good question.
Yeah.
Have you ever been
But-
propositioned by an audience member directly?
I mean, when I used to sell my CDs,
Right.
Yeah, well, like people would just try to touch you and take pictures and talk. I mean, honestly, being talked to.
Right.
Like, just like people won't like stop telling you a story or.
They goose you a little bit. They give you the old George H.W. Bush from
I don't think I was
the
ever
wheelchair.
goosed.
the wheelchair.
Did you guys hear what he said to her when
We
he
heard.
did
We
that?
learned today.
Isn't
I didn't
that
hear
amazing?
what did he actually
joke.
say?
Yeah, he had a funny joke.
You're the comedian. Tell her. See if you can deliver it well.
I just want to make sure. So he said to her, "Do you know who my favorite magician is?" And then he said, "David Copperfield," as he palmed her butt.
Good.
Yes.
It's a good joke.
Yes.
Not great punchline,
Well,
though.
but he's a little
with
bit.
the butt grab.
He's
but-
a little senile. So really, he was like, my favorite magician is Siegfried and Roy. Grab your ass. I'm gonna grab your ass. That's not a punchline.
It's Harvey Weinstein has just been the dam that burst. Now it's going to
Absolutely.
one
And now,
after
if you goose a woman, it's pretty much like raping a woman. So
some of this,
Jesus.
some of this.
no, but I just
Yeah.
mean like goose is like, and it's an old pervert man.
Right, it
but
almost
now,
is like a man wrote that word to make it sound cuter and cooler.
Everybody thinks a goose is cute.
Okay, yeah.
well, no, if you think of goose and rape, it's like
No,
it's
you're right.
very different.
But
But a
it was an
goose,
aggressive goosing.
I don't know if it used to be more popular, but a goose is an old man's trick.
It
I
is.
mean, like,
Oh, it is?
yeah, I had it happen to me once at a wedding. I was at a friend's wedding, and
Old man's trick.
his very elderly great uncle, not uncle, great uncle,
Right. Sure.
was first he had his arm around me and he's like, "I love a soft shoulder." And he just kept squeezing my shoulder,
which is fine.
and I
any
was like,
shoulders?
"Okay, strange."
Do you have
And-
any shoulders that are softer?
and then he took his hand and went down like the back of my dress, down the back of my dress, went for my butt, and then gave me what I could only describe like a credit card swipe
Whoa.
up the crack.
Whoa, that's
I've heard of
really
this
aggressive.
before.
Actually
Wait a minute.
went and like
You mean
material. It was a soft material, so it did go in.
So it kind of sounds like you were asking for it. I mean, I don't know you.
And here's the
Oh,
thing.
this soft material.
The guy was 90.
I would have.
Yeah.
I would have really set him off
What
with a
I-
shoulder comment. You know.
What I don't understand though is what do you get? I'm a man. I'm a very sexual man. I don't feel there's nothing that makes me horny about the idea of just squeezing a woman's ass and walking away. Like that's not enough. It's not hot to me.
Yeah.
Why? What are you doing exactly? That's not an erotic experience. It's just like a honk honk or a swipe.
But are you saying to yourself, like when you're an old guy, I'm still in the game? You know what I mean? I'm still.
I don't know.
We don't see. We're so quick to like attack. We have no idea where these thoughts start. You know what I mean? Like at some point, we should try to understand why everyone acts as fucking weird as they do. Because people don't. If you ask them why do you do it, I don't know. They're
Right.
all fucking amazed by what they did.
There's no way that old man Bush was like, yeah, I'm going to give it to Barbara Good tonight after with that memory of that actress's butt that I pinched
Right.
for 2 seconds. It's something more, it's not really about sexuality. It's about like power or
Yeah.
something
Right,
weird.
exactly.
It's like, I can do this.
Yeah.
Honk, honk.
What did you say when he did it?
I don't. I think I
It
was like, oh my
I
God.
remember. It was take me now.
Yeah, I don't think I said. I think I was so in such utter shock, and then I waited until after the wedding. I didn't want to ruin my friend's wedding by being like your great uncle
That's
sexually
also
assaulted
women,
me.
right? Women do that. Men would be like,
Yeah.
I'd love to ruin a wedding. You know what I mean? And when I was growing up,
wanna
there
make
would be a fist fight at every wedding when we were kids.
I do. I wonder if every time a man did that, a woman physically attacked the man, if things would stop. Maybe not.
If I just like headbutted him,
Yeah, you just grabbed him and headbutted
I think
him.
accusing people on Twitter is just as effective.
Yeah, it's definitely probably more effective because it has the added bonus of shame.
But, and the thing about the goosing is that if he did that once, like how many times has he done
of course,
Right.
100%.
10,000?
No, actually, I'm looking at you. You're so beautiful. It was probably he just could. It was you. He just couldn't. It's the only time he done it. He got overwhelmed by your beauty. I'm sorry, I've never acted like that before. Just your shoulders are so soft.
You know, Chris, I'd like to do some plugs here because these
I
guys are out on
apologize,
tour,
I
and it's like you're like enjoying the show, but
Moshe Kasher and Natasha Leggero in studio. Natasha and Moshe will be performing at Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City tonight through Sunday, October 29th. Go to carolines.com for tickets. And they're taping their Netflix special Wednesday, November 29th at the North Door in Austin, Texas. Go to natashaleggero.com or moshekasher.com for tickets.
Yeah, you got
Now,
it.
the special you're doing together.
Well, I do a set, he does a set, and then we do live relationship counseling.
Oh, sweet.
Which we've been doing on our tour, and it's really helping couples.
Yeah, we're really encourage couples either really have a major breakthrough or break up, and it's really been nice. We do we're doing a 3-part special on Netflix. So a special stand-up set from me, stand-up set from Natasha, and then the end is we start bringing these couples up and troubleshooting their relationship, basically.
Oh, so you bring them on stage.
Yeah.
That's kind of beautiful.
It's
and
fun.
sad to think that people need that kind of help. And they're at a comedy show.
To be fair, some of them don't want to get up.
But, it is a very safe space. Full of room full of people
Yeah.
holding
Full of
cell
strangers
phones.
and 2 aggressive comedians who don't have any training in the field of relationship
Sometimes
counseling.
just voicing a pet peeve can actually help it go away, you know?
Yeah.
Well, you guys aren't a couple, but you're close. Like,
Yes.
what are your pet peeves with one another?
This is very odd, but Gail, since she was a little girl, is like literally just. I don't think we've ever had an argument, and people
Really?
wouldn't believe
Is that true?
Yeah.
You've never had an
No,
argument.
but
You must be a good dad.
No, just the
He's
opposite.
like, I wasn't around.
I was a good kid.
I was hard to get a hold of. It's hard, I was in Barbados. And,
I did let her mother do all the heavy lifting and all the what I would call actual parenting.
You let her mother do that.
Yes, I take zero responsibility for how well the kids grew up.
Cool.
'Cause,
I'm going to try that.
I don't think that there should be 2 parenting. I think it should be 1.
One parent, one buddy.
Yeah, I know, not even a buddy, just the man that's around. He's just around. Like, I think that if there's a divorce, not only should the woman get the children, but the man should just go as far away as he can and sends checks. And then if they want to come and meet him when they're 18, they can.
Oh,
That's not a bad idea.
What a sweet relationship.
I think
It depends on the mother's capabilities, though. I mean, maybe the father would be more suited for
that would
parenthood.
be the saddest thing I've ever heard. I mean, she would be the worst person that ever lived if she's like, well, he's better at this than me.
She would have to be a monster.
Because I have this thing, like, have you ever been around, like, you're around women and men?
I've
and
never
there's-
had that happen.
And
What's that
there's
like?
a toddler in the room, and the toddler falls. All the men grab their chair as the women are running towards the baby to make sure
The men go the opposite
The
way.
men are
are
looking
just
for the
like-
exit.
No, the men are just like, what to do, and the women are like,
She has instincts.
yeah, she has instincts, and you could take somebody like Derek Jeter who could catch a ball, but he's not going to be as fast as any woman in that room.
Well, I think that that the function. I mean, look, we're in such a modern era that, like, there's single moms and 2 same-sex couples. But if we're going old school,
Yeah.
a woman-man dynamic is that isn't the man there to kind of offset the instincts a little bit? Like the mother has the naturalized instincts to, like, go grab the baby, but the man's a little bit like, let's not coddle the kid,
Right.
like some little version.
Yeah.
Let the kid fall.
Yes, the man is there to go, we should go out dancing tonight and leave her with a stranger.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that the kid doesn't become overly protected to the degree that they become a little monster. I always say, like, in New York, like the Upper East and West Side, these are places where people treat their dogs like children and their children like gods. You know? It's like, I don't want one of those kids,
Yeah.
a little Joffrey running around.
Right.
No, our kid should be seen and not heard.
No, well, that's another extreme. Yeah,
I just don't want to interrupting my conversations.
yeah, that won't happen. We'll be good.
That seems like the worst.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
You'll have to say, Mom and Dad are riffing right now, please. Please don't.
We're on the Bennington show right now.
Do you realize you just stepped on everything that I was doing here? I was setting this up.
Actually, this is perfect. The way you have the studio set up is like there's the producers are in a soundproof booth that you can
Yes.
see into. That'd be
Right.
a great nursery, actually.
Yeah,
And
it
then-
kind of is.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You can just see what's going on.
Hi.
They seem safe. I think everything's
Yeah.
okay.
And it keeps us away from their disgusting little head colds.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I mean? You know how kids are. They're always rubbing their nose on everything.
I've never understood why they don't do a thing where they have like a transparent box, and it's got like a little, like a gerbil feeder or whatever,
Yeah.
oxygen being piped in. That's your babysitter right there.
Yeah.
Bubble boy.
Yeah,
Bubble
why not?
Boy
And then
scenario.
honey, I'll be back. We'll be back in a couple hours. We're going to Sizzler. Entertain yourself.
This is Sizzler. It's not for children.
This is a fine
Not for
dining
adults
establishment.
either.
It's for a very grown-up palate.
Cheese bread is not for kids.
Moshe Kasher and Natasha Leggero are in the studio. They'll be performing at Caroline's Comedy Club tonight through Sunday, October 29th. Carolines.com for tickets. And their Netflix special tapings happening Wednesday, November 29th at the North Door in Austin, Texas. NatashaLeggero.com for tickets and MosheKasher.com for tickets.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about Harvey Weinstein, but you kind of broke that story years ago, right? Wasn't that
I mean, I don't know if I broke the story because I did not remember this, but
Yeah.
I did have an interview with Courtney Love where I asked her, I was on a red carpet doing interviews for the roast of Pam Anderson, I think. It was in 2005.
Yeah.
And I asked Courtney if she had any advice for a young woman in trying to make it in Hollywood. And you got to watch the clip because she looks to the side. She doesn't want to say it. I don't know why she says it. You can tell she's weighing her options.
Yeah.
Like, is this going to hurt my career? It's kind of whatever. No one's going to hire me from that camp. So she just says it. She's like, don't go to a hotel room with Harvey Weinstein. But what's funny about that is it's 12 years ago. And then why do people make these statements like actors like Ben Affleck? Like, I had no idea.
Yeah.
All these people come forward and volunteer these statements. And it is cool to see that the media is more powerful than these famous people. Like, okay, well, you say that, but we all know it's not true.
Right.
So I think that's why people are so fascinated with Courtney's because it's like, okay, everybody knew about this.
But yeah, Courtney is a don't give a shit type person.
Exactly.
From Jump Street. People forget how punk rock she actually
She is.
Oh,
She
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And also, Hole is good.
I agree.
Real fucking
100%.
Real good. And that was one of those things too. Like and I feel the same way about Yoko when people would say stuff about
But Yoko is not good as a musician. Can we just say that?
But if you ever go to see
Kiss, 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 kiss me, love. Just one kiss will do.
that's actually
pretty good.
unbelievable.
Solid
I
Yoko.
tried to get into it, and it is.
She's not.
I'm going to play
Yeah.
that
You
for the
think she's a good
baby when
artist?
I think well, first of all, my favorite artist of all time is John Lennon, right? So for him to say, yes, this is the great
But
artist.
he was under she was a witch.
Haven't you ever dated a really toxic girl?
Only, but not Asian. And that's the dream is still there. The toxic Asian dream is still there.
Toxic. You just moved to Fukushima, man.
Yeah, but I think Yoko.
Beautiful boy. Do you like that?
She
This
does
is
not.
amazingly good.
I do, actually.
Yeah,
I do.
She does not have a good voice.
yeah. But in punk rock, you don't need to have.
That's true. That is very
I wouldn't call Yoko punk rock though.
Yeah.
I mean,
something though.
Yeah.
What was she? She was like
she was like it's like
experimental
when
art.
Linda McCartney played the triangle in Wings.
We were just watching.
I mean, it's not like she was good. It was just like, oh, we're going to
She
give
was
her
the
a part.
best at it.
who were we watching? We were watching John Lydon, Johnny Rotten,
Yeah.
being interviewed by what was the guy's
Tom
name?
Snyder.
Oh, by Tom Snyder the
Oh,
other day. So funny. He's just such a little snot-nosed asshole. He's just hates Tom Snyder so much. He's like, we're not a band, we're a company. Doodah.
He's saying that Public Image Limited is a company. And then Tom Snyder is kind of conservative. He's very confused. He's like, so do you bring instruments on stage? And he's like, we do what we want.
And then they kept complaining about everything, and he goes, well, you've talked a lot about what you don't like. What do you like? And they both were stumped. The guy goes, I'd have to think about that for a long, long time.
He's fucking with his brand now. Public.
I think that Yoko's gift is she seems like a champion of love and peace, and it seems like she really.
You know she was good in bed, too. Gotta be.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
probably crazy.
For him to be like, you know what, I'm not going to do the Beatles anymore.
I will say also, if you follow her on Twitter, she tweets all the time, and they're strangely weird, inspirational.
She's a fun follow.
Yeah, it's always very weird.
It's very
and
loving though and
Yes.
peaceful, and I think she's
I
like
love
a
her.
visual artist.
She is,
She might
yeah,
have
she does a
talent
lot.
as that. I haven't seen her art.
Well, just to think back to War is Over was her idea, and they put up giant signs in Times Square during Vietnam.
Really?
It said War is Over. And people are like, Is it? Like, because they didn't know at the time that you could just...
Is this an announcement?
Yeah, and then that was also a reflection of what it means in marketing anyway, that you could just make a statement.
Fake news.
Yeah, and people will start to believe it. And that they said Trump's office was right, and he looked across and went, I'll make this work for me one day. I will stay with this until...
Oh, he's the first politician to lie. Cool.
Yeah, he's the very first.
He came up with that.
Yeah.
I feel bad that I made fun of Yoko.
That's okay.
I just think I really like Courtney Love's music, and I just can't say the same.
Is
for
there
Yoko.
any place for an audience to come see us live to see you apologize to Yoko?
Oh, Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City. Tonight through Sunday, October 29th,
If
Natasha and
Yoko's in
Moshi.
town, maybe she'll come.
I would love that.
Then go to carolines.com for tickets, and they'll be taping their Netflix special Wednesday, November 29th at the North Door in Austin, Texas. NatashaLegero.com for tickets or MoshiCasher.com.
She probably doesn't leave the
We're coming to
Dakota.
La Jolla and Charlotte too to warm up for this special. So if you live there, you know, Yoko doesn't strike me as a Times Square person.
She only lives, 5-6 blocks away from Caroline's, though.
Is that
She probably
true?
doesn't
she's
leave
at
the Dakota, though.
where John was murdered still.
I wonder how many floors they have.
They actually have apartments all over that building. So you have to take an elevator to go to one of their other apartments. Whoever was
interesting.
moving, they were just buying them.
I looked up prices at the Dakota recently.
How much?
It's like I found one for like $3 million that was like a very depressing attic studio,
Yeah.
Oh, so it's high level. Who else?
like
lives
with
there?
parquet floors.
Who else lives there?
Well, that's
Anybody
where
else?
they did Rosemary's Baby. Have you
Yes.
ever watched that movie? And they took this. It looks so frightening to me. I don't think I could live there just because of that.
It's so scary in
Yeah.
that movie.
Just because that movie has never left me all these years. But I don't know if anyone else famous lives there. I think it's like old money,
Uh-huh.
you know?
Have you ever been in there?
No, but I'm reading a book about it.
About the Dakota?
Yeah.
Cool.
I just like old buildings.
Sure, me too.
I like old things.
Not these glass buildings that we have all over.
No. It's
Yeah.
sad. And there's so much construction in New York. That's kind of like, I feel bad for the New Yorkers.
It
I feel
never
bad
ends.
for the city. You know?
Well, because apparently they do it on Saturday and Sunday. It's not really
Is
fair.
that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys got to move to L.A. We got space. You know what we have in L.A.? Backyards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little Central Park behind every house.
It's peaceful.
I love people come to New York and New York's obviously an amazing city, but people get so swept up by their love for New York that they start like trying to fool themselves into things that don't even make sense. I had a girl trying to tell me that the beaches in New York were as nice as they are in California. She's like, "Have you been to Far Rockaway?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "Okay, stop it."
Yeah.
I'm talking about the California coast.
I know, but
Right.
the California coast is cold.
It's really cold.
Yeah.
I was shocked the first time I went into the Pacific.
I mean, yeah, you just
people wear
can't sell it
wetsuits.
as a beach.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
freezing.
Is it pretty warm here year round? Or?
I'm not saying Far Rockaway's better.
Look at this East Coast, West Coast shit going down right now.
I mean, I'm sure there are places in Palm Springs is warm, but there's no beach.
Well, it's not like I'm a Californian,
Yeah.
but it's not like I'm trying to convince you that we have the greatest skyscrapers in Los Angeles. Like,
Yeah.
people get brainwashed. They go, "Oh man, New York, everything New York is better than everything." No, we got sunshine. We got beach volleyball. That's it.
That's it. That's
all we need, man.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's pretty warm there all the time.
Yeah. It is. Look, neither place needs anyone else moving there. If anything,
Yeah,
we should be just saying
convincing
just the opposite.
shit.
Right.
You know? And New York, I don't know why, but I romanticize old New York,
Sure.
where it was more dangerous than it is now. But the young people here, they still have this tension because the money, it's so expensive to live. I can't believe the kids move here. That's
Well, it's
phenomenal
rich
to me.
kids.
Is
who
it
have
all rich kids?
A lot, I'm
Oh,
sure.
It
yeah.
has to be now.
People are obviously living in insane living conditions, you know, when
Yeah.
they're real young, you know, they're bunking up in, you know, commune housing. And my favorite is the person that convinces themselves they still live in New York City, but they're like, you know, it's like they go, "Oh, I couldn't afford the city, so Brooklyn, Queens, Far Rockaway, it's a great beach community just outside of New York. It's Florida. It's Florida. It's the state of Florida."
Yeah, when you have to take an hour train ride to
Yeah.
get in, and you're still in New York. Although there's a lot of shows in Brooklyn now too. I mean,
That's
there's
true.
a lot of things
Well,
happening.
Brooklyn doesn't even count anymore. Brooklyn is annexed.
its own
man.
city.
It's doing its thing.
I
but
think
just figured-
Manhattan is full of people whose parents have bought them an apartment.
Right.
Yeah.
And now the parents are like, it's their investment, and the kid thinks that they're paying for it, even though they're not, or they, you know, and then the parents get them jobs. And I mean, I probably want to help my kid out too, but I think it's full of people like that.
Probably. You haven't decided.
Well, it's hard because it's like no one helped me.
Well,
And I think it made me more interesting.
Well, we were staying at a hotel. We were staying at the Bowery, which is a really nice hotel. And these two 19-year-old millennials were in the elevator with us. Didn't hold the door open for us. We were just like, and I just thought to myself, if you're 19 and your parents put you up at the Bowery, you are a bad person. It's not good. Like, you shouldn't fly first class. No child should ever experience flying first class or staying at a really nice hotel. You should be desperate. When I would come to New York when I was 19, I would be desperate. I would be like trying to find a couch or a hostel or like the dirtiest hotel. That builds character. I was in a hotel in Tel Aviv once, and the guy, as I walked in, I checked in. We checked in. The guy slammed his laptop shut, checked us in. It was the dirtiest, dingiest hotel I've ever seen in my life. And I came back out to get a towel, and I was now on the other side of the guy that had checked us in, who had now opened his laptop up. He was not only looking at porn, which you could have guessed, it was bestiality porn. That's the kind of hotel you should be staying at when you're 19 years old. Yeah. That
in
builds
public?
And now that builds character. I shouldn't be like, well, the problem was the thread count in the hotel. I was in squalor.
I wonder if you're into bestiality too. Does the beast matter? I mean, are you just like
any beast will do?
Yeah,
any beast.
I wonder. Or
a
you
beast in every part.
And it's never two beasts together, right? It's beast and human.
It's beast and human.
Okay.
Gotta be beast and
if
human.
it's beasts together, it's just nature.
Right, that's not bestiality.
But is anyone into just watching nature porn?
Gotta be. Must be. That must be true. There's so many people.
And it's always probably with a man, right? Or no, maybe not.
I've always wondered, like, if with bestiality, like, what is the price difference, the pay differential for you're the performer? Okay, we'll give you $200 to just do human sex, but it's $300 if we bring a German Shepherd in. It just seems like, why
you
would
must be kind of into it.
I guess.
Kind of.
Well, why else would you do that?
The work is work. You know what I mean? You're doing that. You're in the
start
industry.
somewhere.
Don't turn things down.
It's show business.
I would say I would do it, but it has to be with an elephant. I wouldn't have to climb up a step ladder to get there. I just
how optimistic you are that you're going to be the one climbing up and doing the deed and not on the other side.
Oh man!
But you're still in showbiz. You know the old joke about the guy that's the mouse or the guy shoveling shit at the circus. He's like, man, I hate shoveling shit. And the other guy goes, why don't you quit? And he goes, what? And leave show business?
Chris, are we plugging it all? It seems like you're not that
with a
interested.
joke like that, where can you see more humor?
Natasha and Moshe will be performing at Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City tonight through Sunday, October 29th. Carolines.com for tickets. And they'll be taping their Netflix special Wednesday, November 29th at the North Door in Austin, Texas. NatashaLeggero.com for tickets and MosheKasher.com for tickets.
And it's a family show. Coming to Netflix.
We are a family, but it is not a family show. It's a dirty show.
Yeah.
Yes, my mom will get offended for sure.
Yeah.
That's how you're rating whether it's a family show. Is if your mom.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey.
Bless you. Wow.
Never hold that in, though. Never hold it in.
Well, he screams when he sneezes, and I hate it. So
I've tried to stop it, but what are you going to do? Enjoy life, man.
Yeah.
You know?
You're one of the only people I've ever heard who enjoy their sneezes.
Who doesn't enjoy
that's
sneezing?
That's not a thing.
Women don't enjoy sneezing.
I think it feels great, too. I love a good sneeze. Now, I will cough twice before I sneeze every time. Like, it sound, I can't. And people go, why do you do that? I go, it's not a why. I think I have to cough, and then I end up sneezing.
Wow, that's like a shart.
It is. It's very sharp-like, but it sounds like I have like a sound machine, some kind of sound effects machine. Like I've got everything down, but I don't know if anyone else has ever done that before. I think I'm trying to clear something.
Yeah, but you would think you would know what the sensation is at this point.
Do you hold sneezes back, or do you let them go again?
I do usually hold them back, and then you get upset when I do it.
Women have been trained to hold their sneezes.
We're just like so ashamed. We also laugh like this.
Oh yeah, you're an Asian tourist. Right?
You guys are inspiring.
Hold on, I
want to have a good relationship with my kid like this.
Well, what's the secret?
Luck.
Oh yeah,
it's the only secret to parenting at all. You're lucky or you're not lucky. There's nothing to do with what you've done.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Yeah.
She was just a good baby from the time she came out.
Immediately. immediately. But also the thing is like I think you can probably fuck up a kid, but you know what I mean. Like
But you can't make it better than
Well, you can put your foot in it, but
Yeah.
you can't. That's funny.
it's like checking on a cake. You just can't get in there with a fork. Hey,
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Right, just feed them, teach them, love them. Right?
Right.
That's it. Is that it?
Yes, I would
Well,
say.
maybe don't like give them your credit card and let
Right.
them do whatever they want. You know, if you can
Let's
afford
teach
to.
'em.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I do feel like you can teach them racism. I don't know that if you can teach them
Tolerance.
Yes, I don't know. I don't know if that could happen.
That is very dark that you can teach them bad things, but not good
Absolutely.
things.
Dark outlook. I like it. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then also if you try to teach them like don't have sex, that makes them want to have sex, or don't do drugs, that makes them want to do drugs.
My
So.
parents tried as hard as they could. They are good people. Had nothing to do with the way I acted. And the same, I feel the same way. And when my parents would look at me and go, "What are we doing wrong?" And I go, "I don't think anything." You know what I mean? I'm just a fucking mad dog. I can't help myself.
Do you have brothers and sisters, Gal?
I have a brother, yeah.
Yeah.
And is he as successful as her?
He does his own thing, and he isn't interested in any of this at all, and kind of, I would say, looks down on us a little bit. Yeah. But politically, he's completely different, and
Yeah,
socially, everything
totally.
about him, and everybody did the same stuff. But if I look back at them when they were like tiny, I'm like, yeah, they're the same. You know what I mean?
Same personality.
Yeah, very same personality.
Wait, what age do you figure that out? Not infant.
I felt like from Jump Street, like
Interesting.
right from their personality, first day reminds me of their personality.
That's interesting.
Now, and he was always like,
So you were a radio personality? Even
yes, she came
I
out.
never shut up.
We had
so.
baby headphones. It was so adorable, so adorable.
Natasha Leggero and Moshe Cash are in studio. Natasha and Moshe will be performing at Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City tonight through Sunday, October 29th. Carolines.com for tickets. And they're taping the Netflix special Wednesday, November 29th at the North Door in Austin, Texas. NatashaLeggero.com and MosheCasher.com for tickets and all their additional tour dates.
Charlotte and San
You,
Diego.
you
Charlotte,
pronounce
San
Moshe's
Diego.
name like how I say it. I say Moshe.
But it's Moshe, but I didn't want to correct you because you're plugging this so well.
The thing is, though,
I
Chris,
apologize, Moshe.
No, but I like Moshe
Yeah.
will get them the right spelling for my website. MOSHEKASHER.
and Chris, this is the wrap up, so you're going to have to redo it because you didn't give me a chance to do the wrap. So great to meet you
It
guys.
was a pleasure.
Thank
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Still.
same here.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time.
Natasha Leggero and Moshe Casher
Ooh, yeah.
have been in studio. Natasha and Moshe will be performing at Caroline's Comedy Club here in New York City tonight through Sunday, October 29th. Carolines.com for those tickets. And then Natasha and Moshe are taping their Netflix special Wednesday, November 29th at the North Door in Austin, Texas. NatashaLeggero.com and MosheCasher.com for tickets.
Bennington Show. Boom, boom, boom. Chris, you say we got some tickets to give out.
Yes, we do. To Dimitri Martin's.
Take your time. You don't have to be rushing, okay? I'm not Moshe. I'm not going to hold you to this thing.
Okay.
All right? Just
Thank
take your
you.
time. A couple of fellas.
Okay. We have some pairs of
That's
tickets.
too slow,
Okay.
Chris.
We have some pairs of tickets to Dimitri Martin's Let's Get Awkward tour at the live at the Gramercy Theater. So tickets to Dimitri Martin live at the Gramercy Theater.
When is this show?
That's Saturday, October 28th at 7 p.m. No additional purchase necessary to win. No transportation will be provided in connection with this prize.
When did we ever? I don't ever remember winning a bus trip to a hockey game.
I mean, that would be part of the prize.
I-
We mention it.
We'll take these off the air. Just give us a call at, what's our number again? 844 Rock God?
844 Rock God.
All right, 844 Rock God is a toll-free call, unlike Chris. All right? Let me pick up the freight on this call. 844 Rock God. Dimitri Martin, very, very funny guy. We did an unmasked with him. He's an artist. He's a writer, filmmaker. He does everything we don't. Okay? We just talk into radio.
That's Dimitri Martin live at the Gramercy Theater
In New York City.
in New York City,
New York City, Manhattan part of New York City, because a lot of people go, what borough is it in?
Manhattan. Gramercy Theater in Manhattan. Dimitri Martin performing Saturday, October 28th at 7 p.m. That's this Saturday. Transportation not included.
Let me just say something about the way you say Manhattan.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're angry every time you do it. You ever notice he'll be like, I'm going into Manhattan.
Yeah.
Ease up.
It's not aggressive.
You can't be like Motion, just pushing the West Coast on everybody.
I know.
You know what I loved about that? I like when people stick up for their hometown.
You know what? The more I thought about it,
Yeah.
I will say it. I do think that Far Rockaway has nicer beaches than California. I'm going to say it. It's a really nice beach.
I don't know what it is about Far Rockaway. I've never been there. But when I hear people say I swam at Far Rockaway or Coney Island, I'm
totally different. Coney Island, a lot of garbage, very gross. Far Rockaway, beautiful.
Well, Far Rockaway is technically part of Long Island, which are always rank on the most beautiful beaches in the history of the world. So why wouldn't Far Rockaway? But I have a prejudice in terms of I've prejudged what's going on there.
You shouldn't. It's great. Some of the best fish tacos I've ever had.
That has nothing to do with the local.
I'm just telling you.
But that has nothing to do with if something's a nice beach or not. I've had unbelievable spaghetti in Akron, Ohio. Doesn't mean that I want to swim there.
But here's the thing. For when Californians brag about the beaches, it's freezing cold. So you're saying this is visually a nice beach. That's what we're saying. You can't use it.
But let me bring this up. What about San Diego? Is that Pacific? I've never been to San Diego.
I believe it's still pretty cold.
I was rocked to my core when I saw how cold L.A. beaches were. Now, people go out there in wetsuits. I can't imagine putting a fucking suit on and going in the water. I know that fucking surfers love it. I couldn't do it.
Seems like it would take too long. It's just too much of an ordeal as opposed to just going to the beach.
I know. I'm talking about more like I'm in the water and I'm wearing clothes. I don't know whether you've ever fucking swam with jeans on. Not a fucking appealing thing.
No.
80% of people that die from drowning, it's because they're wearing jeans. That's how they die. So it just feels like you're being pulled down, I would say, by a merman. But so you were squaring off with Moshe. I took it this way. He loves his town. He was born in California. He lives there. I love when people love their town. I love when people in Texas are like, nothing. You better not mess with Texas. I go, I'm not, dude. I see that you live here. I understand. No one's messing with you. You shouldn't have such an aggressive thing for yourself. That's like if I said New York City, don't fuck with New York. You'd be like, I don't even know if I like those people. I like people who love where they live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people will apologize about where they live. I fucking grew up in the middle of oil refineries. I think I grew up with the hippest people I've still met in my whole life. And I've met most people from Steely Dan. And I still will say the guys I grew up with, hipper.
I know that people try to, New York is different because I feel like I grew up in New York, but I was born in Florida. And that's one that they try to make you ashamed for.
Are you ashamed?
No.
I love Florida. I don't know what
people try to make me upset about the Florida man, Florida woman.
That's the extreme. All the places that are kind of cool have extremes.
Did you see the latest Florida woman thing? It was, I believe, in a Miami Dolphins game in the men's bathroom at the stadium. And it's just woman in the men's room taking a standing pee at the urinal.
How do we know it's not a guy with long hair?
It's clearly a woman.
Look, we're at the... and by the way, what does that matter? If the woman wants to go in there and take a piss, because the woman's line is always long. The men's line moves like
yes,
there's no tomorrow.
It does. I've always been jealous of it.
By the way, I had a problem with a guy here. We're walking just in the bathroom a second ago. There's 4 urinals. 1 is being used. He is in front of me. He goes to 3. And I said to him, this means you and I are going to be peeing together the whole time we're here. Where if you went to 4, I would go to 2, and we'd end up all having some space because this guy's going to finish up in a second. And he said to me, I just have to pee so bad. I go, that's why I don't want you thinking about this as you're walking in. This should always be in your mind.
Definitely.
For
you
a
should
urinal
have
situation.
I have preferred stalls, for sure.
Ugh.
Probably that's our own choice.
I have a problem with men peeing in a stall. If you're just going in the stall to pee,
it's weird.
We have no choice.
Yes, women, they're on their own scene. Do you like or hate a unisex bathroom where the stalls all have doors, but you all come out to wash your hands and primp together.
I'm fine with it, although they're like I feel a little weird. Like in a women's room, for some reason, I would be more comfortable to like take out my makeup bag and retouch. Whereas I feel like a little like I'm ruining the illusion here. I don't need you guys.
I will say this:
breaking the fourth wall.
You would think I'd be the type of person who would say I'm fine with it, but I find it odd.
Yeah,
I find it odd.
The first time that happened, I was weirded out. I was like, wait a minute, why is there a woman in here? It was very strange, but now I've come to like it. Now that I've been to in other unisex bathrooms.
But the difference is, let's suppose you're in there blasting your ass, and you're going to be within, you know what I mean?
With the lady's ear.
Anybody in an all men's room.
Oh no!
And I hear this is a common. I know it from movies, and I hear it's a common thing. And I would tell you, I don't think it's very common to hear noise in the women's room. It's not that common. If you hear a little sound, it's like, oh my goodness, that's beep. Yeah, like a little something. But it's not like from what I hear, men's room is just like a cacophony of sound.
Yeah.
You'll hear groans.
Not only will you hear like somebody rip it, then they'll say something like, there's more where that came from.
No!
And you have to give a fourth.
See, now I don't want to share with you guys.
Good one.
Good.
I never yell good one. I would just be like, okay, I'm one of the guys. I'm leaving it at that. The stand has kind of that unisex. Not the stand. The underground.
The underground
has a unisex thing there.
Yeah.
And there's also they have that, and then they have a guy who hands out paper towels. So a woman is actually getting, after she washes her hand, a paper towel from a man after she just went to the bathroom. Progress? You tell me, ladies and gentlemen. 844 Rock God. 844 Rock God. What do you think about these unisex bathrooms? Now they want to bring dogs in there. 844 Rock God. It's a slippery slope. Bum, bum, bum. It's not a unisex bathroom. These are actually separate toilet stalls. It's like going to the bathroom in someone's house.
Yeah. This is not like the kind of circumstance where it's like a unisex bathroom where you open a door and you're alone in there, you lock it, and you're already set up with your toilet and your sink. Not that situation. This is rows of stalls, and then everyone can wash their hands in the same place.
By the way, I'm going to just bring this up about Chris, and you know that he always has stomach problems.
He does.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know that he is a toilet singer?
You're a toilet.
I heard him singing.
Sing?
But you never even hear him sing along with the songs with us, right?
Never.
I'm in the bathroom the other day, and I don't know if he knows it there, but I know it's Chris.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hear this. I write the songs that make the young girls cry. And I'm like, Chris?
Ron?
Yeah.
You're in here?
Chris is
highly unusual.
Hey, let me write down a note to Chris since he's not passing them to me.
Yeah.
Because what do you think would be something that would make me curious, Chris, is what I'm asking you. Hey, Karen. Karen in Mass, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. I was in Philadelphia, actually.
Great.
Most beautiful restaurant I've ever been to. Tallulah's Garden.
Oh, yes, it's lovely. My name is Tallulah. Yeah.
I thought the food was awesome, and it was
yes, delicious.
Something you make fun of all the time, the farm to table, but it was really good.
I don't mind farm to table. I just want something to happen in between farm to table. I don't think it's enough. I would not go out and just start eating.
Yeah,
the farm
you like
food.
a kitchen in there at
I
least.
love a kitchen. I'd like to go kitchen, cleaning, and then table.
Yeah. But they have a unisex bathroom, and I went to the bathroom, and there's this girl washing her hands. She was like, "I'm so happy to see a woman." She was like thrilled to see me. She's like, "Do you know there's men that come in here?" I was like, "Yes." Everybody was weirded out. Yeah.
It is a weird thing, and yet it shouldn't be, and it won't be to the children in the future. The children in the future will all be peeing and pooing and showering together because that is progress.
Yeah. She was like, "We don't do this in Harrisburg." She was from Harrisburg.
Harrisburg is very conservative. You know, it's a state capital. So they're, They're old school. All right, thanks, darling. Bye.
Thank you.
So last night I'm at the stand. I'm talking to a guy in the audience, because he's a Eagles fan or something. It came up. He goes, "I'm from Philly." I go, "Where from Philly?" He goes, "Well, outside. I'm from Bucks County, right?" Fucking guy yells so aggressively, "That's not fucking Philly!" He was so fucking angry. I go, "I know it's not Philly proper. I'm going to stick up for this guy." But he is watching those TV stations. He's listening to the same.
Oh, boy.
You know what happened to me today? You know I'm having a bad day, right?
You are. Shit.
You see what I have around my neck?
Oh, no.
Nothing. This is, by the way, why I don't want expensive glasses. They fucking... You saw I wasn't doing enough to fucking break these glasses.
No, nothing. You did
and
nothing.
By the way, I had this hand on, so why would the other fucking
I have
thing fall
no
off?
idea. Oh, no. And it's not even like where the screw is. So that's not even a situation that I could repair it. Like I thought maybe I could get a eyeglass repair kit.
You have zero skills when it comes to fixing my glasses.
Yes, but it broke right
Jen,
at the
I want
arm.
you to know something. Today is the worst day of my life. Why? I did not wear, I hate to call it my lucky Virgin Mary, but that was, that was made for me by Kathleen from the Bronx.
Yes.
She's always been like,
a good luck charm.
She is. She's like being friends with a horseshoe, you know? She's my fucking rabbit's foot.
She's like your leprechaun.
Yeah. Chris, you know what you are?
What's that?
My broken mirror.
Oh, Jesus.
My Friday the 13th.
It's really bad.
My third on the match. Where does Vito go during the show?
I don't know where he is.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him.
No, don't bother asking him. Because here's the thing, Jen. If you were really curious, you would have asked on your own. You don't meet. I can't be your curiosity. I got to hold this up like I'm some fucking rich lady at the opera. Because I can't see. Everything's fucking falling apart.
Oh, no. That's not
I just
good.
want to announce something to the audience. After my many, many years in radio, today is my last show.
No, just because of the glasses?
The glasses are just the straw that broke the camel's back. That fucking camel's back has been shattered in 6 different places. And its spine is severed.
Oh, God.
Okay?
Poor
As of
camel.
right now, the camel is paralyzed. And if you know somebody who can do a spinal fucking operation on a camel, then you met somebody that hasn't been born yet. So I'm going to take a gun and shoot the camel in the fucking brain. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it.
Don't do
If
it.
you'd like to say farewell to me, 844 Rock God, 844 Rock God.
No.
Because after today, you shan't hear from me again. I will no longer be living a public life. My life will be private. My life will be between me and my privates. Okay?
A private life. I didn't
Yes.
realize that's what that meant.
I'm taking my privates out to live in the country. I'm going to the country, then live a private life. Could that song be fucking sold to more commercials? If I was producing that song for Can Heat, right? And I do, I love that song. I'm going to the country, baby, do you want to go? I'd actually go like this. Do we want to try it one more time in tune or leave the out of tune thing in there? So anyway, this is it for me because I cannot and shan't get my life together. Did you love Natasha and Moshe?
I did. I loved them so much. They
Me
were
too.
awesome.
They are what you would call a cute couple,
They are.
and Natasha is adorable.
Mm-hmm.
I already dig her from being the mean wife on Dice's show
Yes.
because I don't know why, but I do like when Dice gets beat up on by her. Well, first of all, she's always right and he's always wrong, and then the way he doesn't care. But I think, to me, this is the Dice fucking TV show is hysterical. And if you're not watching it because it's already done for the season, go back and watch it already through. But there was a line that I think he was talking about his career, or is this his life? And he's always gone, What is this? What the hell is this? You bring me glasses, right?
Yes.
What are these made out of here? It's like a wireframe that pinches my nose. Thank you very much. I'm going to wear this now, though. Vito, you have jumped ahead of Jen and Chris. Oh, my God. Look, I see perfectly. You know what? Now that I see this, I'm even more sure that my career is over and I'm leaving after today.
Why?
To live in the country. And probably my dream, churning buttermilk. Do you realize that buttermilk is only 0.01% of the beverage market? Do you know how far I can go ahead?
Oh, yeah.
If I become the buttermilk champion? Let's suppose I only get the 1%. I'd be making $60,000, $70,000 a year. Dash. Most of it under the table. No, but seriously.
Is this farm to table buttermilk?
Oh, direct. I'm not doing anything to it. I'm just getting the milk, throwing some butter in it. I'm throwing a stick of butter in it.
Sounds great.
And I'm shipping it exactly to your table.
I didn't realize that's what that is.
Yeah. You just take a stick of butter, pop it in a gallon of milk, and ship it right out. And with the Bennington farm to table buttermilk, you do not have to refrigerate.
Really?
Buttermilk tastes the same whether it's fresh or spoiled.
Sounds like the
There's
perfect
no
beverage.
difference in taste.
But is it unhealthy if it's spoiled? Is it bad for you?
That's up to you, all right? I'm in a Steve Bannon. I don't want to get a bunch of fucking government overlooking at me.
Okay.
I'm telling you exactly what's in it. It's milk, stick of butter, shipped to you. Keep it in the garage until you're ready for it. Take a drink of it. It's going to taste exactly like buttermilk. You're going to go, buttermilk. But it's good and it's delicious. Look, I'm going to come up with a woman who's 140 years old and she drinks buttermilk every single day. Now, do you want to live as long as her or do you want to fucking die in the streets?
I don't want to die in the streets.
Thank you. I found out through our marketing, 99% of the people do not want to die in the street. Well, if you don't, there's only one way around it. Buttermilk. And by the way, we will give you $100 if you tattoo buttermilk across your belly, or if you name one of your children Buttermilk. $5 if you call your pet that. Buttermilk.
Are you saying buttermilk?
Yeah, buttermilk. Comes from the butt of every cow. Buttermilk. Sean, what's up?
Ronnie B, are we talking about from the titty to the city buttermilk?
Oh my God.
You might just have written my new slogan. Pretty good prize closet,
yeah,
my friend.
From the titty to the city.
From the titty to the city. Everybody drinks the buttermilk. Yeah. And I'm actually going to have like a close-up camera that'll be squirting down in your face, and you're going to follow that along to the big gallon jugs, ceramic gallon jugs.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Drop a stick of butter in there, and then it's straight to the city. Dude, I love that thing, from the titty to the city. Billy in PA. That means a lot to me, Billy. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here all this time, Billy. I love you and the people of the Harrisburg, the conservative people of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Harrisburg, where we act like it's the 1950s. Harrisburg. Don't come around here telling us we can't smoke indoors. We're Harrisburg. It's been so great working with you guys.
Are you sure you really want to do? I mean, to give this all up just for your new love of buttermilk?
I'm looking for a slower, more peaceful time. You know, I just have to say this. I just want to be in a small farming town where I know everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can depend on them. If I could say, guys, could you all come over on Saturday and build a barn at my place, and I know they'll do it. Or I can say, guys, could you come over here and milk my cows and then drop a butter into each gallon? Or if I could say, guys, drive my stuff into town, collect the money, and bring that money back to me, guys, because we're a community. And while you're at it, could you keep my books? Try to figure out, how to get the best fucking deals that you can get from me. And when you get a chance, could you do my dishes? There's been dishes in there for almost 4 hours, guys. We're a community.
It's not very community-like.
And could you drive me into town? I got to go to the mall. I want to see a movie. I want you to wait outside while I'm at the movie. And then after that's done, I got to stop. Look, why don't you go in and just see what you can rent for me at the movies? Pick up some socks for me. Come back here. Finish my laundry. And then wake me up tomorrow at noon to give me that money. Thanks, everybody. We're a community. Jake, what's up?
Hey, I had another slogan for you, Ronnie, for your
good.
buttermilk.
Yeah.
From the teeth to the street.
Boom, you're going into the pretty good
Yeah,
prize closet.
good. Teeth to the streets.
Chris Stanley, you're supposed to be my fucking action guy. 2 of these came in, you've got nothing.
I got nothing so far. No, not for the. It is
Titty to the city, teeth to the street. What do you got?
buttermilk those profits.
That's not their business. I mean, they don't
What
want
are
to
you
think about the
talking about?
profits.
Like the buttermilk's gonna make you a lot of money.
Yeah, but I don't want to tell them that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Do you ever hear this? Come to Disney so we can get paid. They don't fucking do stuff like that. Oh, these glasses, huh? It's been a horrible day. I'm glad that I'm going to go out to my place, which I've already named Green Acres.
Green Acres, like the show?
I didn't see the show.
Oh, yeah.
I came up with this.
Okay.
And here's my motto. Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living. That's the life for me.
Seems like you've seen the show.
Land spreading out so far and wide. Chris, Gail, keep Manhattan. Just give me that countryside.
Did you have to give us a finger?
Yeah. Now, Gail, New York is where you're going to stay. Because you gather allergic smelling hay. She gathers allergic. What a great fucking line that was.
I didn't know that's what she said. I owe it my whole life. I thought she said, I get allergic smelling hay.
You're probably right. Why would you stop that for me? Lance, Louisiana.
Hey, what's up, buddies? Ron, congratulations on a great career. Good luck with everything.
Thank you, man. I feel great about it. I'm leaving radio behind me. I leave your legend.
I got a great slogan.
Yeah.
Buttermilk, the utter milk.
Pretty good prize, my friend. You couldn't come up with that, Chris.
I got one. Best breast buttermilk.
No, best breast.
Best breast?
It comes from the breast of the milk comes from the breast of the cow.
Dude,
best
you're
breast.
costing me fucking prizes.
Shit.
Brian, Tallahassee.
Hey, no, I got one for you.
Give it
utter
to me.
To the gutter.
Utter to the gutter.
Okay.
Pretty good prize, closet. What, Sam and Chris?
Fuck.
Goop in Canada. Goop.
Yeah. Hey, from the udder with some butter like no other.
God damn it, Chris! To the
really?
prize closet, Goop. I can't keep giving out all these prizes.
This is crazy.
There's only so many prizes.
They're bleeding us dry like buttermilk itself.
Oh, when I sit back on the farm thinking about today, I'll be raged, but then also nostalgic for these years. Last night, I was at the stand, and a young comedian did a dead-on impression of Barack Obama, and I had a moment of nostalgia.
Really?
And
Just hearing.
I thought to myself, I don't even think I appreciated Barack Obama the whole time he was here.
I know.
If someone said to me, "Do you like Barack Obama?" I'm like, "Not really." You know what I mean? I felt that way. Like, man, I think he could be doing more. He could be doing more. He doesn't push enough. But, I guess I don't even know whether I'll get TV where I'm moving. I'm moving out so far in the country. Let me check with this song. Gone to the country, we don't get TV.
Sounds like no.
It's going to be nice there. It's going to be so wonderful. I'm returning to my roots, and I need to do that. Tony in L.A.
Órale, from the nipple to the people.
Unfucking-believable, Tony.
This is really good.
Yes.
From the nipple to the people.
Chris, you couldn't get one of these. You just bring up...
I got another one.
Okay.
There's no udder like buttermilk.
You kind of really...
It doesn't rhyme. You can't rhyme with the first fucking part of it.
And also, you kind of stole the other and the butter from someone else.
That's original.
No, someone just called and said that.
That guy was talking about Neeples.
No, before that.
Neeples to the peoples.
It's giving out a lot of prizes here.
I know, and you fucked me. Al, hold on, I'm on the phone. All right. Al in Maryland.
Hey, guys, one more catchphrase.
Yeah.
Utterly buttery.
Dude, straight to the prize.
Utterly buttery. So good,
Yeah, it
right?
barely rhymes.
No, it does.
But it does rhyme. That's what a rhyme is. Yours is rhyming the first syllable, which no one ever does.
Yeah, you had to go
something new.
milk at the end of your rhyme, and it didn't make sense.
You should have went from the utter silk to the buttermilk.
Shit. Can I use that?
No.
He just gave it to you.
I'll tell you something I shan't miss about New York City.
What's that?
And that is a 1C stand.
Oh, no.
Now, we're doing the big Thanksgiving show.
Mm-hmm.
An old friend, a dear old friend, asked if he could come to the Thanksgiving show. I said, there shouldn't be any problem with that. Chris checked to make sure. And that dear old friend was told, if you come, you'll be arrested.
No, are you serious?
Yes. Yes, I'm serious.
I really wanted that dear old friend.
A dear old friend would have been a giant pop, too. And that's what I'm looking for, pups. Call me Pops from this point on.
Pops Buttermilk.
Hi, I'm old Pops Buttermilk. Are you tired of milk that isn't buttery enough? Well, we got the other milk. It's called buttermilk. From the teats to the old streets. From the nipple to all you people. This is Rosie. She's the only cow we use here. She's sassy. This is the only cow in America that eats French toast.
Lucky.
This cow put roller skates on and bring them right to your stove. Rosie, use them big old titties of yours and make some more buttermilk. Shake it up. Make it buttery nice. This buttermilk is so creamy and delicious. You can wipe it on your toast in the morning. Last night, Rosie and I, that's my cow, sat down and watched the movie Goodfellas. And I swear to God, she screamed when Joe Pesci was shot in the back of his head. And I looked at her, I said, Rosie, that's why I left New York City. Came out here with you country folk. Because there's no way to stop Italians from shooting each other. Sometimes the news is so bad, I just need some buttermilk to make it go down a little smoother, easier. My grandma used to put gin in her buttermilk and then tie off her arm and shoot some heroin into her back. Yes, this is the commercial. Of course, my grandmother was half Apache. And she was ready to throw down in her changes. But every night, she'd rub some buttermilk on her tummy and on all the way down to her private area. Buttermilk is good for all kinds of things. Magic Johnson drank buttermilk every day till he beat AIDS. Now, I ain't saying that buttermilk can cure your AIDS, but it could be. And it could be for all you know. My own grandfather used to rub buttermilk on his balls. And he lived to be 43 years old. Died from stanky balls. Everybody asks me, what's the secret to your buttermilk? And I'm going to tell you right now, we mix in a little peyote and ginseng weed. And you drink that buttermilk, you're going to be tripping your balls off. This buttermilk's so good that if Barack Obama drank it, he'd go straight down on Donald Trump. Why? Tripping his balls off. Chris, I am very disappointed in you.
I feel bad. I don't like giving out all these prizes. I want to sell this buttermilk.
And today's my last day.
I really wish it wasn't.
Yeah, this can't be your last day.
I mean, I understand you have a new passion now.
It's not a passion. It's just a job to me, to tell you the truth.
Really?
It seems to you like you're so passionate.
No. I just throw myself in any job. That's the beauty of it.
Oh, wow.
I'm just now dropped my pen. Everything in my life is mixed up. I got to get out to the country.
You really do, because... Oh, man.
I've also decided this. When I moved to the country for the first 3 years, I'll live in a home without a roof.
What?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
2 reasons. One, I've always wanted to paint Starry Night, and I need to fucking focus on it.
Okay.
2, I just don't have the money for a roof right now.
Oh, Jesus.
I am a private man, but I'm in some deep financial trouble. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a roof for a long time.
I'm worried about this buttermilk business.
It seems like it's a pipe dream. I mean, just because I drink buttermilk doesn't mean I know how to make it. A lot of people are writing me that putting in a stick of butter doesn't even make something buttermilk, and I could set myself up for future lawsuits.
It sounds delicious.
Chris, we got any more tickets for Dimitri Martin, or are we all out?
We are all out of the Dimitri Martin tickets.
Where's he performing at?
He's performing at the Gramercy Theater. That's a Saturday, October 28th, at 7 p.m.
Call him, see if he needs anybody open.
Okay.
Tell him I got my new buttermilk character. I'm really excited about.
Pops?
Hey, Pops, the buttermilk guy. Did you see Bill Cosby has to borrow $30 million off his house?
No, I didn't see that.
His place, and it's not far from me, from where I live now. And I don't think he's lived there since I've been there. Does not look like a $30 million home to me.
Really?
But that's what happens now in New York City. But I bet when he bought that place in like the early 80s, he probably spent $400,000 on it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
And now it's worth $30 million. And now here's the weird thing. I own 5 of those homes.
What?
Yeah.
And you still can't have a roof?
I didn't even think that I could sell one of the homes.
Looks like this dream's back alive.
I might end up getting 2 roofs. What is a house but a roof? Huh? A house without a roof. Like a mouth without a tooth. A phone without a booth.
Oh, we do have those.
Oh, they do? Shit. Throw that out, Jen. Stop stenographing for me. What is bothering you?
I threw my arm out during Pops. I threw my shoulder out when I was laughing.
Were you going to be able to pitch tonight against the Astros? Did you watch the end of that game last night?
I did see the end of that game.
You did or didn't?
I did. I did see
You
it.
said didn't.
Yeah.
I said did see the end.
Well, at
I
least
heard-
there was another syllable. You went,
Yeah.
I didn't see
Vito,
the end of that
Vito,
game.
how quickly can you get that response up so he can hear the way he talks? Because you said didn't, but you had a smile on your face, like a relatable smile, like you wanted to talk about it.
Didn't see the end of that game.
I don't want to go out with you tonight. Where are you taking your girlfriend this weekend?
I think we're just going to stay in New York.
Staycation, huh?
Just a weekend.
Are you guys very close now?
I say we're very close, yeah.
just feels like you're one person sometimes?
Oh yeah.
Are you saying your relationship is ready for a three-way?
What?
Oh, yeah. You're at that level now.
No group sex. No group sex.
What if she asks for it?
Well, then it'd have to be a discussion, I guess. But
I don't like guys like that. I don't like guys who are like, a woman says, this turns me on, and then she would say no. Do you agree with that, Jen, or disagree?
I disagree.
Really? Do you even know what you're saying? Because you have headphones on?
Yeah, no, I heard.
So you were saying if a woman said to a guy, this is what I need sexually, he shouldn't be there for that.
I think it's his choice.
Wow.
I would
Yeah, you know what? It's also your choice to leave. I would say. Men are not men anymore. We are at a time where I have to say young millennial men, such as yourself, Chris, don't seem like the old school men that I grew up with. I grew up in the time of the Marlboro Man, okay? You know who was on that $1 bill when I was a kid?
Who's that?
John Wayne.
Wow.
John Wayne was on the $1 bill. Humphrey Bogart was on the $5. $10 bill was just Nagasaki. It's a fucking giant atomic explosion. That's what's changed in this country.
Oh, that's quite a bit different.
And now Chris Stanley won't give his lady what she desires.
That's what she really wants? It sounds like it
whatever
does.
she desires, you won't give to her. You say, let's have a discussion.
Shouldn't you be
Why don't you open
open-minded?
it- yeah. Why don't
That's
you open-
actually millennial,
Why
right?
don't you say like this? Come on, let's sit down and talk about this woman to woman. Kind of feel like, I've had a lot of problems today.
Yeah.
I feel like the only thing that could make me feel better is hot, cheesy carbohydrates. Is there a place called Hot Cheesy Carbohydrates?
I'm sure that there is a place that we could get some sort of carbohydrate with melted cheese on top of that carbohydrate.
Or if there was a carbohydrate dipped in melted cheese, fried
Okay.
in cheese oil, rolled in flour, refried, and then someone just sticks a tube and just pumps cream into that. And cheese, creamy cheese.
Do we have that, Chris?
We don't have that exact thing.
Then I want nothing.
And put bacon on it, because bacon, right, guys?
Here's the thing about bacon. I had a pet pig when I was a child.
Uh-huh.
We used to call him Stingy because he was stingy with his food. And it was a Vietnamese, like a little potbelly pig. And I used to take him everywhere with me. Everywhere. And like everybody in the neighborhood would go, here comes Stingy. Oh, and Ron. That's how popular this pig was. It would be weird to say it was like a brother because a brother doesn't seem close enough. And Stingy was delicious.
You eat stingy?
It was basically living bacon. Do you eat food?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so did I. Let's not judge. It's farm life. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm heading back to. Who do we got coming in today, Chris?
Mr. Bobby Slayton.
You just said it like you brought him out on stage. Mr. Bobby
Slayton, everybody. Put your hands together.
That is a weird thing to say too, right?
People,
Put
yeah.
your hands together, yeah.
People like to say it
I
in
know.
that context.
I think I've said it too.
Yeah. And it's always in the context of bringing someone
Right.
out.
You will never say, did you put your hands together for him?
Yeah. Or like, you should have heard that crowd. Everyone was putting their hands together.
Clapping
Fast,
is
over and over.
Clapping is a very strange thing. It takes place.
That we chose this act to say, like, happy, like it. Because it's not a laugh. It's not like it's not a response that happens that's out of your control.
It's
That's something
respect.
we chose.
Right.
And we chose to show admiration and respect by slapping our palms together.
Now, do you ever see like the old beatniks would do this?
Yeah.
You know where that's from?
It's like, it was supposed to be quiet or something?
Yes, they were in the village and they couldn't clap. They would end up, making their neighbors upset. So they just would.
But it's when I know that I used to think it was just because they thought it was cool. Because it looks cool.
Well, it actually became what was considered cool. You know what I mean? And people would start doing it around the country like, hey, we're doing this too, man. Even though this is a freestanding building and our closest neighbor is a mile away. Here's a weird one. In Europe, they don't boo, they whistle. Everyone starts to whistle.
A whistle is a boo?
Yes. Now, they don't bring whistles and whistles. They will actually
just like
pucker up and whistle all together. And you'll see that at soccer, or what they call football, or non-American football, they call it.
What if we had chosen just stomping instead of clapping? Like if that was just...
I've been places where people have stomped when they're excited too, though.
Yeah, I mean, if that was the standard, I don't know, there's something kind of cool about it.
Something fucking super cool. Like you could picture James Dean stomping. I thought fucking Vito was stomping when he ran the other day.
It's just his regular run. Unfortunately, he's heavy-footed.
Vito, I'd like your mom to get here in 5 minutes and play this game against Chris Stanley, or else she is disqualified.
Bring it, Leslie.
I'll work some magic right now. I'll try.
Work some magic. She couldn't get here in 5 minutes if she needed to.
Like, yeah.
You and your mom watch TV together?
Yeah.
What shows? What's the shows that you and Leslie enjoy?
We like the ABC family sitcom block.
What's that?
So like the Modern Family, Blackish, Fresh Off the Boat, Speechless.
What's Speechless about? Somebody is a deaf family?
No.
Or what is that? Mute?
Aww.
No.
Mute.
MS. The kid has MS or cerebral palsy.
And this is a comedy?
Yeah, this is a comedy. Minnie Driver stars in this.
I can't laugh at that.
No, but he's all good. Like they did a Halloween episode where he was mad that the murderer is never handicapped, so they did an episode where he got to be the murderer as a handicapped person.
Isn't that taking them down a peg rather than up a peg? But it's a really great premise, the handicapped killer.
It doesn't come up.
No, I've never even heard of it before. It's a great premise for that kid to come up with. I hope he did, and the writers didn't give it to him. Do we hear anything more about Tampa's serial killer? I kind of feel like he's not a real serial killer because he's a shooter.
Yeah, there's no new deaths that were reported. I think there were three. There's three, which made people call them
three were like a block and a half of each other.
Yeah, all gun, all shootings.
Now, you can be a serial killer because Son of Sam was considered a serial killer, but it's not as, it's not as gripping.
And then the DC sniper, would that be serial killer?
Oh, that's a serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
But I would agree it feels weird. Like with a gun, it just doesn't feel the same. And I think that's because we have this thing where we think serial killers like cherish the victim and do like up close
smothering and knives.
Yeah.
Look, he posed the victim afterwards.
Yeah. Seems like too quick for someone to make it their thing.
And yet, it must be some kind of a jolt to his system. You know what I mean? I think that he lives in that block. I think rather than a regular serial killer, it's just an insane person. You know?
Yeah, just as a
I mean, I know that you're insane to be a serial killer.
Right.
But I mean like a non-planned out, really bad serial killer. My favorite kind of serial killers are drifters. They drift from town to town, creating their death opera, and then they move on to the next town, probably changing identities. If I had another identity, I'd call myself Bon Rennington.
Nobody would ever suspect.
It'd be my way of laughing, leaving behind a little thing like the Riddler would.
Sorry, sir, did you say your first name is Bon?
Yes, Bon Rennington. Now, please, allow me to move on. I've shown you my papers. They're written in crayon. Chris, if you were a serial killer, what would your instrument of death be?
I think I would use plastic bags to smother people, to choke them out.
Oh, I hate that.
So they'd find the bodies with like a plastic bag.
I understand that, but have you ever heard of anyone being murdered with a plastic bag in history?
No, but so I'd be the first.
You'd be better off using saran wrap.
See, I figured I'd kidnap them.
Do you have one?
Yeah, I feel like I definitely would be knife work. Because I think that the thing about the serial killer, it's supposed to be sexual and it's penetration. And I think that's why it would be good.
Would you like if they said she's an artist with that blade?
Yes, I would. I would appreciate as I watch the news.
So
and they
far-
don't even know it's a woman.
So far, we have sharp stiletto knife and hefty bag.
Go in the bag, man.
No, they'll call you the hefty killer.
That'll hurt my feelings.
They'll put up a picture. The person looks like this. It'll just be a snowman. But they're gonna go. I know this seems crazy. I think there's a serial killer movie coming out called Snowman.
I've seen ads where it's just like a little stick figure drawn snowman.
One of the early reviews I wrote, Snowman more like Stinkman. It's supposed to be terrible. Vito, what would be your instrument of death?
You know the thing that they use to cut clay? It's that sharp cord. I would just run up behind people and then
that's the Italian trick.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yes.
It's garroting.
Yeah, what's it called?
A garret.
But Italians, that was the scene in The Godfather where he threw that around, or they would use a piano wire.
Yeah.
So you think you've invented something new, but it's just in the tradition of your people. It's merely you being in a long, endless line of criminal Italian types.
It's in my DNA.
Did you ever commit a crime before?
Nothing. I've stolen. I've done some minor stealing, pirating.
You've done some pirating. You went
Like,
from island to island. Arr.
Some digital pirating.
Digital pirate.
Did you still dress up though?
Yeah, I would sit by my computer with an eye patch.
Do you feel like a computer when you digitally steal something?
Yeah. I feel like I'm fucking like one on the 7 C's of the internet, just stealing shit.
Chris, you never feel that way. You feel like all information should be free.
Yeah.
Open.
Hack the planet.
Yeah. What was the stealing that you've done?
I made
What was your thievery?
I used to make mix CDs where kids would give me lists of songs they wanted because I figured out how to burn CDs, and I made like a good $800 in 8th grade just making mix CDs for kids.
If you made $80, I'm shocked. When people said, you know what I mean, he made $800, there's no fucking way.
800?
Where did you get the downloads from?
LimeWire.
Oh yeah.
So what I would do is I had a system where I was like, all right, you give me a CD, it's $10 for the CD, but if you want it like quick, it's going to be $15.
Let's just buy the CD. Wasn't that?
But it was because I would give personalized like mixes. It wasn't just like a straight up album. It was like I will go
Now,
find
can we all
every song
agree
you
he
want.
didn't make $800 off
It was
of
over the course of a year.
If over the course of the year you made $80, I'm shocked. And by the way, that's gross. I know that you had to buy the CD yourself.
Well, yeah, but those were so cheap. They were just giving them away at Rite Aid back in the day.
So why wouldn't you say to yourself, I'll do it a little cheaper?
Yeah.
What made you suddenly
10 to
turn into
15?
Sony?
Because I wanted to make that money.
And everyone at that point had access to LimeWire.
Everybody had access to LimeWire, but a lot of the kids my age couldn't figure out how to get it from LimeWire to iTunes.
Calm down about
Nobody
it.
believes this story.
Bullshit.
Fucking one person who caught you in the lie was Chris.
But he just
said everybody had access.
Yeah, but you had access to.
Can I give you $80 so you can get me online right now? I want to see what's happening on Drudge Report.
But it wasn't about like you had access to LimeWire, but it was a lot of people couldn't figure out how to transport the music because we were like 12 years old.
What do you say?
People were 12 years old. Back then, people were 12 years old.
That's who I was selling it to. I knew
People
my
weren't
audience.
even listening to CDs
There's
then.
people that are 12 years old now.
They all,
Vito.
all you had. You all had.
You didn't invent 12 years old.
I didn't invent.
No, but you acted like you came up with Little League.
No, I'm just saying like I had a business.
I caught you in a fucking lie. It's not a
lying.
business.
Lie all the
it's
time.
a linus.
I'm not lying. I had enough money where I bought one of those expensive $300 championship belts. Like I was just rolling in money.
Vito's mom turned to him and she said, "Go start a business."
Go start a fucking business right now. I'm sitting here pushing hair around everything. You know? And then I give my lunch a Coca-Cola. Okay? This provolone. I look over the other kid's got peanut butter and jelly. What are you fucking doing to me right now, right? There's no place to park. Vito, save your fucking lies for your non-existent girlfriends.
I'm not lying. I've never lied and said I had a girlfriend when I didn't.
I bet your mom doesn't even know that she's in a Godfather contest.
Does she know the fucking storm that's coming
She
her
knows
way?
very well. I get texts every day. I get questioned when I get home.
Did you give her the details? This is a strip Godfather trivia contest.
I didn't know that detail.
Yes.
And I'm going to be fucking fully clothed by the end of this thing.
Chris, your thing is your only thing that you're wearing is a bathrobe.
That's right.
That's how short you are.
But he went after Vito not by saying like your mom's gonna be totally naked. He's like, I'm gonna be fully clothed. You got him, Chris.
Like I am now, and everyone can see my fully clothed nipples.
That's right. Check them out. They're going to be hard.
Remember when you thought you were a fucking American Indian? And you
That was
weren't?
bullshit. I'm just a Jew.
Vito, did you find out if we could get somebody to trace him? Trace Atkins.
Our advertising department's looking into it.
No, I didn't say charge someone to come in here. Why can't you just look it up? Oh, to the country. Chris, what else were you? You were English? You were Scottish?
All right. I was 41% Irish, Scottish, Welsh, 28%
grape.
Baltic.
Easy grape juice. Baltic is odd.
It's like gypsy. I'm gypsy blood. 11% Eastern European and 19% Jew.
How is Eastern European even all that different from Baltic?
Or Ashkenazi Jew, because Ashkenazi Jews are from Eastern Europe.
Yeah, but the thing is, the way that Jews stay, I think, like a bloodline is because they stay in that bloodline. Like, you could say somebody could live in Poland, right? If they were Jewish, and not have any of the surrounding Polish in their bloodline because they stay in their tribe is within a tribe.
Okay.
So the Jews are phenomenally interesting that way. And even when I meet people now in their 30s, they're like, I want to find a nice Jewish girl. And I go, why would you limit yourself to that? And they go, because I'm proud of being Jewish and I want to, keep that going.
Natasha and Moshe, Natasha converted to Judaism for Moshe.
Does that really make one a Jew, though?
It does.
Because I could tell you in the Catholic faith, I don't respect them as much. You know what I mean?
Gotta be born in.
It's like new money. Doesn't impress me.
Uh-uh.
I like old money. Buttermilk money. I got a little weird with those commercials. I don't think it's even going to work out. Do we got anything else to do before the Pitbull comedy is here?
I don't believe
Look over this. Is there a story we should be talking about? Is there a plug we should be doing?
Has everything been plugged?
When am I doing the Unmasked at the Underground?
That is next Wednesday, November 1st, with Gilbert Godfrey at the Village Underground.
Next Wednesday is November 1st already.
Yeah.
This is the fastest fucking year of my life.
I know, it's really speeding by.
And I've had the time of my life. And baby is out of the corner. She's been sitting there so long. So it's next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Next Wednesday.
And then when is the Thanksgiving show?
2 weeks from then. 2 weeks from Halloween, which is next Tuesday.
And we found out if our old friend comes, he'll be arrested on the spot.
He'll be arrested.
Even though there's never been any charges against him.
No, none.
Then how could he be arrested?
That's what I was told.
I didn't even know you had that conversation, and I saw that email today.
Yeah, I was going to tell you today.
I didn't know any of that shit went down.
Pops?
That's not the way Pops talks. I've already forgotten the way Pops talks. We got a lot going on.
Yeah, we do.
Gail, you're going to be with the family on Thanksgiving this year?
I
Or is
will
it
be.
The big fuck you to
No,
the family.
I will be with the family.
I'll respect it if you give them a fuck you.
No, I will be.
Chris, what are you doing for Thanksgiving this year?
Not sure yet. Might be in West Virginia, might be in Jersey. Don't know yet.
Almost heaven, West Virginia. You ever been to West Virginia?
Never been.
Beautiful.
Is it?
Beautiful.
Is it? It's a gorgeous country.
Yes, it is. It's
Yeah.
fantastically beautiful country. I know a lot of people make fun of it because of the meth background.
There's a lot of meth out
But yeah, but there's a lot of
Oxys.
meth anywhere.
All right.
Here, meth, there, meth, everywhere, meth. No. Yeah, I think West Virginia is gorgeous. They take a lot of shit because of the poor man's Virginia.
There's a lot of coal mining down there too, right?
Used to be. or Barack Obama. Yeah, I mean, it's not like you can see a lot of coal mining from the road there. You're just going to see country.
Yeah.
And fucking hillbilly country folk.
Also, I'm fine with the hillbilly country folk.
You're going to be surprised. All right, let's see if you know the biggest city in West Virginia. Capital.
Springfield. I don't know what the capital.
You don't know capitals?
I don't know capitals. West Virginia.
I'm always surprised when people don't know capitals.
I don't know the capital of West Virginia.
You've never heard of Wheeling, West Virginia?
I've never heard of Wheeling, West Virginia, and I never would have guessed that ever.
Isn't that stunning to you? Do you guys not grow up where you had to learn capitals?
I thought Charleston was West Virginia.
Yeah, you're right. Well, Wheeling's just a big city there.
Yeah.
I thought Charleston was in South Carolina.
No, I don't know.
Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah, Charleston. Yeah, I think
Look it up.
Capital of West Virginia is Charleston.
Well, isn't there a Charleston? Here's the thing. I've never heard of Charleston before. I always wondered why. When I did state capitals, I was always given one wrong every single time. Now I know.
It was Charleston.
If you search Charleston, it autocorrects to Charleston, South Carolina.
Thank you.
Not
more
West Virginia.
Yeah, it's more known for.
Yeah.
See how many people are in Charleston. Why are her people in fucking West Virginia?
Strange.
If she's Costa Rican.
Why would they go there? Why did they migrate there?
They coal mining people?
No, they're not coal miners.
How many people?
In Charleston, West Virginia, 49,000.
49,000.
49,000 people?
49,000.
All right, it says population 49,000, metro population 222,000.
All right, let me put it out. There's more than 49,000 people in this building. Okay?
Yeah.
Astoria, where you live, has more than 49,000 people.
It's 80,000 people, like in my district, which is just one part of Astoria. It's fucking crazy.
I just told you have more. You're bigger than the state capital.
That makes you feel pretty good.
Now, let's see how many people in Wheeling.
All right, let's see Wheeling.
Because that's where the state college is, right? What do you got, Chris? Give me the numbers. Lay it on me.
Hold on.
Give me the digits.
It's coming.
27,375.
Unbelievable how small these towns are. There's more people in Roosevelt Island than that.
Definitely.
And they have senators, right? They have as many senators as New York State, as many senators as California. And you wonder why this fucking country is a runaway train. Or a runaway coal train, if it makes you.
That makes
or John Coltrane.
Even better.
Or take the A train.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say to you, Chris. You don't know what the fuck you're doing for Thanksgiving.
I don't know.
How would you get out there? Would you fly?
I think we'd fly, yeah. I think it's an hour flight.
Can I just tell you this?
Yeah.
If you drive, you're going to see some beautiful country there, too.
All right.
Sometimes with flying, you just pass over everything, you know? I get when it's far away, but when it's not far away, you kind of want the experience
an
of travel.
enjoyable trip.
Yeah.
Problem is, he won't be driving.
Yeah, that's the problem also that I
He's
can't
gonna have
drive.
to ask her to drive.
Like, you just drive the whole way.
Will you ride in the back seat like it's an Uber? If
Yeah,
she's
sure.
driving?
This is where I'm comfortable.
Why you guys take an Uber there?
How many
You can take an Uber for $22,000 and be there in 7 hours. Do you know that they tried to do an Uber version of Cash Cab?
What?
No, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
A friend of ours, I don't want to give out his name. He's Greek. Okay, he's very funny. Yes, Papa. He, I think, tried out for it.
Oh, wow.
He said it was very hard to host a game and drive.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be.
I would just pull over. I'd pull into a studio and just say, "Can we go in here?" What are you looking at, Chris?
Seeing if I guessed this here.
Aren't they supposed to do that?
Has not signed in yet.
That's the whole purpose of making you free of that.
I was asking them.
Oh, you're texting Vito.
That doesn't make sense, though. Vito, you have to be the person who texts him because I can't look at him mashing on that fucking phone.
I would have texted him once he was here. I usually tell him in his ear every day.
You're saying if you don't tell him it hasn't happened. What time is it right now?
2:04.
2:04. And he was supposed to be here at 2?
Yes.
Cancel Bobby Slayton.
Oh my God, strict.
Cancel my old friend Bobby Slayton. We got a break here, Chris?
Yeah, we should break.
You sound like we don't have to, though.
We don't have to.
Would
but
you
we
rather wait for him? Is that what you're saying?
We have to break by 2:30. Is what I'm saying. If we're gonna break.
If we're going to break.
We do
Maybe
have to
we're not
break.
even saying we have to break.
Oh, we should break again.
Should, though. These aren't definitives. You know what I'm saying? If someone said to me, if I go, can I eat this? And I go, you should. You know what I mean? That doesn't even make me feel like I'd want to. You should order that. No.
We need to break right now.
Really, now?
We should break.
And then we're not going to break for Slayton. You're not thinking this through at all, Chris. It's like with you,
yeah.
It's like fucking torture.
I
don't know if you're very familiar with the kind of torture that took place during the Vietnam War. Okay?
I'm not very, no.
But it's like you put me into a bamboo fucking pit.
Oh,
all right?
That sounds terrible.
And then you're forcing me and my friends to play Russian roulette as you bet on it. What was it that they yelled out in that? Remember?
Mao! Mao!
Yeah. They yelled Mao.
I ain't yelling Mao at you.
That sounded racist when you said it.
How is it racist?
Why did they yell Mao? Was that short for Mao Zedong?
I'm not sure why they said Mao.
Was that like us yelling Trump if we did that today?
I bet it meant like do it. Like fucking pull the trigger. Like Mao! Like do it.
I thought you said melon do it. And I was like, is there like does he mean Mountain Dew?
Melon Dew. It's called a honeydew.
Hoodoo? Melon Dew.
Our guest is here now.
Oh, God. And we're not going to break till 2:30.
Let's break now.
Right back, Bennington.
Welcome back to Bennington.
Thanks.
Bobby Slayton's in studio.
Bobby!
Well, it is always nice to be here. It's great to be back on your show. You know, you asked me what I was doing in the city. I brought my girlfriend here last week. We were going to go see Springsteen, and then
Bruce?
Huh?
Bruce Springsteen?
Yeah,
okay.
Bruce. Yeah, Bruce. Barry Springsteen. We couldn't get tickets for him, but we didn't want to go see Barry, who sounds more like a Jew than Bruce, who isn't a Jew, but sounds like a Jew.
He's not a Jew, and it's a disappointment to a lot of Jews.
He probably wouldn't be as good for some reason if he was a Jew. Well,
Yeah.
Paul Simon's a Jew. He's good.
Paul Simon, so's Art Garfunkel. He was in here. Who? Springsteen?
Yeah.
No. Catholic.
Weird.
Yeah. I know. It's a disappointment to every Jew.
Yeah. Anyway, we didn't go. And we're going to January. So we were here for a weekend. We ate and drank our way, more me, but she would accompany me, my girlfriend. And it's amazing that my late wife couldn't walk like this woman. This woman can outwalk me. We walked 200 blocks the other day in New York, 200 blocks. And that was stopping for oysters and happy hour and pizza.
Yeah.
And they said, well, we're way down in the village. We'll take a cab back uptown to the apartment. And she said, let's just walk a little. And the little broad, you can't say that. That's now sexual harassment.
Yes.
You got to be very careful. We'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, she outwalked me. So any woman that can drink not quite as much as me and walk as much as me and not a lesbian, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But you're a major walker. You, by the way, Art Garfunkel claims that he's walked entire continents.
Oh.
He's walked across Europe.
What is he,
He's walked
Forrest
across-
Gump?
It is a very Forrest Gumpy type thing with him. But he's walked entire continents and then takes freighters from one place to the other. So he won't get on a cruise ship or a plane. He gets on an old school freighter.
I think he told you that because when Simon dumped him, I think he's a homeless guy. That's what homeless people do. You don't really hear a lot from Art Garfunkel anymore, so I think maybe...
Well, he's got an apartment on the Upper East Side overlooking the park.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so he's doing okay.
See, if I had that, I don't think I'd walk to other continents. I think I'd stay right here on the island and maybe go to Brooklyn for pizza. But I do a lot of walking. It's because of my Skechers, the finest shoes. I always plug them. Have you heard my new commercial for them?
No, let's hear it.
It's only out in Vegas. But that's the reason to go to Vegas, not Celine Dion, just to hear my spot.
You give out the little things for Skechers
Well,
to people.
I'm a spokesman almost.
Yeah.
Not official spokesman, but...
Unofficial spokesman.
Well, I write commercials for them, and they'll give me sneakers, and I'll wear the what do black people like, those Nikes, which are crazy. No, I find them to be helping me. I went hiking this weekend up in the mountains and came back for more pizza and to see you.
The young comics all own 25 to 40 pairs of shoes, and they have pictures of their sneakers. So they sit around before a show, and they're just swiping. You don't have anything that looks like this. Next one, that makes your shoes like shit. I didn't know that there was as many pairs of sneakers.
Who does this? Not white comics.
Some white comics. I'll give you one. Rich Voss.
He wants to be black. Rich Voss looks like me if I had AIDS.
Rich does not.
I'm not saying that in a bad way.
Yeah, there's no way a bad way. Rich is a very healthy-looking man. He's cut, as a matter of fact. He's a workout guy.
Yeah.
But he buys shoes. I'm trying to think of other white comics that do that as well. Chris DiStefano is a sneaker guy. I believe Giannis Papas is a sneaker guy.
Really?
Yeah, it's a very strange. I guess it's a generational thing, Bobby. You and I don't get it at all.
No.
But
and they probably have Nikes. They'd be more successful if they wore Skechers. But that's
Skechers just has the one shoe, right? The one that's they say it's wide enough for.
They have many kinds.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just one.
They have a giant store where there's one shoe in the whole store.
I just thought there was.
It's like the place on Madison Avenue with women's clothes, like 2 dresses in the store, and they're each $10,000.
Isn't it weird? Every one of those is a front, Bobby. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
Yeah.
I just want to come in there and goes like this. I'll look around, look at 2 dresses and go like this. Okay, where's the Coke? Because I know what we're doing here.
Well, it happens to me all the time. I'll walk by a boutique and see something in the window, go, oh, that's really cute, and there's only a couple things in there, and I look at it, and then I look at a price tag and go, oh, you just don't want anyone to buy this.
Yes,
why don't you want us to buy this?
Do you ever notice they don't even want you in the store? Like if you go in the store, they're kind of taken aback. And they go, there's only 2 dresses here. What are you doing there?
And they got a security guard watching the dresses.
Right.
Who's better dressed than you.
Yes.
You know, he's just a security guy.
I
He's
only
got like a tux on and a gun.
Now, women who collect hard shoes, they don't seem like they're as big into sneakers. Am I right or wrong about that?
Like you're saying a lady who wears like expensive heels and things like that? Yeah, probably not as into sneaker or a sneakerhead, as they're called.
There's a stretch of 3rd Avenue now that is only women's yoga pants, running pants. Like you just go on and on and on because women put an incredible amount of money into that.
That place, Lululemon, is like crazy expensive.
My girlfriend loves that store.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the one thing I got to say about this woman is she's not into real designer stuff. You know, she's a jeweler. She has really nice jewelry at the store in Beverly Hills. She likes designer clothes. She's not going to wear a bag with Louis Vuitton on it or anything like that. Yeah. But we went up for a really nice dinner the other night. And I said, look, we're in New York City. It was beautiful, as you know, last week. And I said, I'd really like to go to the Village and walk down there and spend a day down there. And then, you know, she goes, well, we're going to dinner tonight. I don't want to go in sneakers, but she did. She went to a nice restaurant just so she could walk with me. And this is the best thing that a broad could ever do for me.
And this is, you know, everyone knows that your wife just passed away.
Well, it's been a year and a half already.
A year and a half. And his new girlfriend, he's been dating for 3 years. So there's no... that makes it easier.
Well, when I buried my wife, and she wasn't dead when I buried her, by the way. She just wouldn't shut up. There should be rim shots there. You know, too late. But no, when I tell you how I met my girlfriend at her husband's funeral. I told you that story last time. But yeah, now things are going just great. I mean, and here's the biggest fear that my girlfriend has. The biggest fear, she's a very quiet, private woman. She doesn't want me to put too many of her pictures on Facebook, which I don't, because she's not as good looking as my late wife. But that's not the reason. No, but she just she's petrified that I'm going to do girlfriend jokes, and I don't really have any in my act.
Right.
But if I said to her, look, you know, if you realize the reason I did so many wife jokes, I said my wife, it was all about how she never cooked for me, she never bought me gifts, you know, she wasn't good in bed, and you're exact opposite of this. There's blowjobs and massages and dinners, and as long as you stick to the plan, there's no way for me to make jokks about you.
Yeah.
But if you deviate from the plan, you will see a fire and fury like this world has never seen. So so she kind of blows me more out of fear than love. But at my age, who cares why you're getting it? I hate to talk to way in front of your daughter, but
now you're happy for the first time in a long time, right? You're very happy.
And my act has really suffered, and and I'm not sleeping at night.
Yeah.
I'm happy, and this is not. It's not really good.
I'm not that familiar with Happy Bobby. It's a very strange thing for us. Now, grab Jen for me, because she might know if there's a sneaker that young ladies wear. Is there an expensive, trendy sneaker?
There's a few.
Well, name one, because I don't see women talking about sneakers.
Well, I'd say Skechers, but they're not expensive. They're just great. You should go.
How much is Skechers? They're like $18?
No, they're $30 to $100.
But you can get a box of them for that price, right? You can get a box of Skechers.
I have a box of them used, maybe. I don't know.
They're mismatched, whatever.
Yeah, mismatched. Sometimes have shoelaces, but whatever.
He's got a Skechers thing. Would you wear Skechers?
I wouldn't know.
Have you ever seen them?
Yeah, I have.
Have you gone by a Skechers store?
Yeah, I don't
Really?
like them.
I'll be honest, I have not owned a pair of Skechers in a long time, but there was a pair of Skechers that I had as
Put
a
these
young
up, Chris. I want
person
to be able to take a
that
look
I
at the
was
Skechers.
obsessed with.
Is that right?
And they're like a maroon patent leather shoe with sparkles in them, and I was obsessed with them as a
Wow.
child. Obsessed with them.
Yeah, when
and
you
that
were a
was like
kid.
one of those things when you're like a kid and you buy a shoe and then you go, like, everyone's going to see these. They're going to see how cool
Well,
I am.
here.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like when you're like,
Go
look
by
at
a
this.
Skechers store, and that
Okay.
will get you a free pair of any kind you want.
Whoa!
Let's take a look at what you can get. Look, maroon pops up right away.
They're beautiful.
Look, this is great.
And then it went from 30 to 40 to, whatever.
These are.
I think they're a lot cooler.
Chris?
Yeah, these are for women.
Yeah.
There's ones for transsexuals, whether you can be a man and half
Sounds
woman, half
perfect.
man. There's all kinds of shoes. Okay, I plugged them enough. Let's get back to me.
Yeah, let's go. Well, look, these really are cheap. It's inexpensive.
But well made. Well
Yeah.
made.
Where do they make them at? Do you know, Bobby?
They make them I think they're made in the United States.
Is that right?
Yeah, very few,
Yeah.
very few shoes are made in the United States.
That's
Only
good. I like-
one pair a year are made in the United States.
Yeah,
You're a Trump guy, right? 100% Trump guy.
really.
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
I was just thinking that. You
Really?
know,
First of all, not only did I despise the man before he became president,
Yeah.
and I despise him, but I don't think anybody, even his family, who could be a 100% Trump guy. I could see if you're mentally deranged and you're an idiot and you're blue collar and you're a Nazi, well, you'd be kind of a Trump guy. But 100% Trump guy, what kind of lunatic besides Trump is a Trump guy?
Would you be willing, if you heard from some Trump people, would you be willing to second think that if any Trump voter wants to call in 844 Rock God, 844 Rock God, and maybe give Bobby a chance,
like a pitch?
Yeah, give him a pitch, almost like a Skechers Las Vegas pitch. What are you doing, Chris? Let's see with the papers.
I want to plug Bobby's.
Like I'm going to say 844 Rock God first. If
Everybody
Yeah.
seems to think if you despise Trump, which most people should and do, then it means you're a liberal Jew from Hollywood or a liberal from Hollywood, that you love Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
I'm not particularly liberal. I hate as many people
That's
as he
why I
hates.
thought you were a Trump guy.
Because I hate people?
Yeah, well, you're conservative. You're old school. You're like the Playboy Mansion. You're like a Brad Piper. That's the way I say you. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
With like the robe and the cigarette holder kind of?
Yes, yeah, I can see you doing that.
That makes sense to me.
I would see you as, I would say, the modern day Freddie de Cordova. You know what I mean? You're a very classy guy. You're always in
Freddie de Cordova.
You're always in like you say, you like nice restaurants. You know, you like only the finest Coke. You know what I mean? You're not some guy smoking crack uptown, you know?
Or downtown.
Yeah.
That'd be more of a downtown thing, I think. But
not in this town.
Really, I've never tried this stuff.
What, crack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you don't hate yourself that much.
No, not that much.
Yeah.
But what we say? No, I'm not. You know what? I despise Trump so much, and all those people I used to make fun of, all the Mexicans and whatever, all these people, the immigrants, the Arabs, everybody that I hated, I'm on their side now. He's really not good for me or comedy.
Wow, I did not realize that.
I almost like those people.
Chris, are you surprised by this?
I'm shocked by this.
Yeah.
I was never
I'm
really,
shocked.
I've never really a racist or sexist guy. People seem to think I am. And this sounds so cliched and stupid, but I have quite a few gay fans and gay friends. And the other night I was in San Francisco. I was playing this great club where I started out, the Punchline, and it was a late show, and I was pointing, saying, like, "Oh, there's a Chinese couple there, there's a young couple, all kinds of people, we have married people, and we got a couple of dykes on the side of here." I didn't realize the word dyke is up there with the C word and the N word and faggot.
It's worse.
And transgender people. I didn't realize tranny was like
That's out.
Horrible word. Okay.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that. I didn't know when dyke became. They went ballistic.
They went crazy on you.
They were these two angry lesbians, and I say angry lesbians like there's any other kind. They actually a lot of nice lesbians come to my show. I got gay fans, but there's one woman, not tons of them, but enough more than we need.
Yeah,
a gaggle of lesbians. A gaggle will come.
That's how they.
A pride of lions. You do that.
Yeah.
How many lions do you need for a pride? There'll be a gaggle of
That
lesbians.
is true. What is it? 4 before it's a pride? Could 3 be?
What is it? Is it
Three's a crowd.
Is it a trunk full of Mexicans? What is it? A team of Negroes? How many Negroes do you need for a team? And I think it's a deli of Jews. You need 12 Jews. You got a deli. But they should do that with people. They should categorize because you don't have a gaggle of lines. Sounds like a Seinfeld bit. Dirty. Who the gaggle? How many people do you need to have a gaggle?
Was that Seinfeld you were doing, or
that's the best? That's why I don't do many impressions.
No, you're good impressions, Bob. You really are.
These two lesbians, one of them, and I hadn't even got to my act yet. And I didn't realize that dyke was such a derogatory word. So I said something, and one of the women throws her drink at me and says, "How dare you?" She was livid. "How dare you call my wife a dyke?" And I said, "Oh, she's the wife?" I said, "Because of the haircut, I thought you would have been the wife, and she had the man's haircut. I thought that would be the husband." And then the other one smashes a drink on the table and smashes the table. Security had to bring him out of the club, and they all went on Twitter and all these liberals and lesbians. And so somebody asked me what happened on Facebook the other day, and I said these two dykes were at my show, and they went crazy. And then I found out it never happened to me. I got suspended. I got a 24-hour suspension. It reminds me of high school. I know you can get suspended from Facebook because they use the word dyke, and I didn't say anything bad about him. But I got a suspension. I got put in the corner. I got for playing hooky or whatever.
Here's how you know that dyke is no. If it rhymes with kike, you can't do it. That's something right from the beginning.
Really?
Yes.
So,
because Jewish people will be furious about that.
So Tigger on the Disney.
That's a problem.
That's a bad word.
That's a problem.
Tigger.
Yeah. Now the other day, you did the new show, the AA show. With Anthony and Artie.
I did that yesterday.
You did that yesterday.
A lot of work, those two.
Yeah.
They're great. I mean, I don't mean a bad one. They just they're just not like you laid back.
They're Trump guys, too.
Oh, I know. I didn't bring it up.
Yeah.
Because I would have went ballistic. I know.
You would have went ballistic. With two funny guys like that.
Not ballistic. I just rather, it's like my friend Nick DiPaolo, who, they all love you, by the way. Nick wanted me to come to the show. I said, well, I don't want to sit there talking about Trump. There's no point in it because all their fans, I want to put asses in seats. Okay. Right. So I don't give a shit if Trump people come to see me, but there's no point on going on that show and making fun of Trump when all their fans are Trump fans.
I don't know I think people are open to discussion, but you're not doing Nick's show this time through?
Yeah, because it's at 9 o'clock and I have a 6 o'clock dinner. I know I never stay up that late.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
His show starts at 9?
It starts at 8.
Yeah.
8 to...
But he's gonna have me on the second hour at 9, and I know when I'm in New York.
Oh, yeah,
I'm up at 7 a.m. I've already walked about 100 blocks today. I got to walk all the way down to the West Village and meet somebody for dinner after this. So I know with the bottle
Is it a big star you're meeting for dinner?
Huh?
Are you meeting a big star?
Melania. No,
wow, that would be fantastic. That would have been fantastic.
No, I'm meeting not a star, not a big star. By the way, I found out today, this is what pisses me off. This whole, the last time I was here, I was talking about the Woody Allen movie I just did.
Yes, I saw you in that too. It was the...
You saw the premiere?
Yeah, no, I saw, is it on Amazon? The one on Amazon?
No, that was a TV show.
Yeah. Okay, there's another one.
Yeah.
You're doing the Coney Island one.
I did the Coney Island one. I was doing another one, but Selena Gomez, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
I'm in the Coney Island one.
And how?
Justin Timberlake and what's her name? And
how did you like that shoot?
Huh?
How did you like that shoot? Did they make it look like it was the old days in Coney Island?
Well, I didn't see it, but it's not out till December 1st. But they had a premiere the other night.
Yeah.
Which I wanted to go to. I wasn't in town, but I heard from friends of mine that my big scene, it wasn't a big scene for a real actor. For me, it was a big scene.
Right.
Big. I was singing in it. I was singing in the movie.
Wow.
And they cut it out. I don't think it's because of my singing. It couldn't be because of my singing.
No, I don't think so.
Bell-bottom trousers, coat of navy blue.
Oh, boy.
Maybe that's why. I forgot how it goes.
But so you and Woody are like buddies now, huh?
Well, not like you and I. Although I've had dinner with him a half a dozen times. You and I have never had dinner.
Right. Well, you invited me to a dinner with him, but I was nervous about it. You took Nick DiPaolo.
Nick DiPaolo went.
Yeah.
And late Jay Thomas, your neighbor in the broadcasting booth next door.
Yeah.
Jay went. Jackie Martling went. And
Martling. It was like Martling also said to me, "Don't bring that up on the air." He said, "Do me a favor, don't bring that up on the air."
That he went to Woody Allen dinner?
Yeah, it wasn't Woody Allen that he was nervous about.
Oh, no, yeah, my friend doesn't like it. They don't, yeah.
Everybody fears your friend.
No, he's not a banana kingpin.
Yeah.
No.
So you're having a dinner with a person like that, like somebody who's tonight. You're going out with somebody who they're well connected, but they're not like show business.
No,
people.
I'm just going out with my friend John Kish. He's a photographer.
Yeah.
Friend of mine, who, no, he has, matter of fact, he has a, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does matter. What was he got a new book coming out?
He's got a book called Separate Cinema. It's every black movie poster. He was every black movie poster in the
Chris,
history
why aren't we
of
looking it
cinema.
up?
John Kish.
I
Separate Cinema.
love old movie posters.
He's got every one, and he's trying to sell them to somebody who will buy them and put them in the Smithsonian. And he's got the greatest movie poster ever. I think it's the only one in existence of Uncle George. You meet him up, the kid from Borneo.
Is that right?
Yeah. He's going to be thrilled to give him a plug on there. It's every black movie poster in the history of film, and it's a tremendous collection. But you should.
And look how I love the way
This is great. Yeah.
the styles change. Well,
You go
this
back to
was
the old-
that was like my favorite, like
the
the 70s, yeah.
Jackie
But then-
Brown and
yeah. But then even go over to the next one, Chris. Would do the one more. Like, do the right thing. Look what a great poster
I know,
that
it's so
is.
good.
I mean, who does a poster where you're up above it like that?
But you know what's better? Look up the posters from the 30s and 40s, like Pigmeat Markham and
the Porgy and Bess one
all
is great.
color
Yeah.
cast, and they do like Porgy and Bess, and they do
Pigmeat did film. I didn't even know that. I've heard
Pigmeat Markham.
Yeah, I've heard the audio. He was hilarious.
Pigmeat.
Yeah,
I think he did a lot of films. Yeah, he did a lot of movies. Some great stuff. Some great artwork.
And how does he get his hands on every poster like that that's ever been done? He's been collecting it for
years and years. That's how I met him. He did. I used to collect movie posters, horror movie posters, and he had a book out that every movie poster guy in the world read, because it was only poster guides saying how much posters went for sale at auctions the last 5 years. It was the only guy that you could find out what a poster was worth in those days. So I used to buy posters and buy his book.
What was your prized possession poster?
Oh my God, Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein.
Wow.
Which when I moved to my house, I didn't have room for it. I had a couple of bad years, and I sold it for a lot of money. But that was the greatest thing ever.
And how did you go out because you were in LA? Did people like have them in their garages and stuff?
No, you know what? I used to go to a store to get them really cheap.
Yeah.
I remember The Creature from the Black Lagoon. I had Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. I had Plan 9 from Outer Space. And I had some really great ones that were sold for $1,000. When I bought them, they were $30, $40.
Right.
Because you always think, if I go back in time and I go back 30, 40, 50 years, what would I buy? You know, say, Superman comic book or, but movie posters. I've got them. But I remember The Creature from the Black Lagoon. I had one of the biggest Creature from the Black Lagoon collections anywhere.
Wow.
And why?
Yeah. Did you grow up with it or?
No, because pretty funny story. About 30 years ago, I was, living maybe more before I met my wife, about 40 years ago. I was a young comic, and I was living like month to month. I was just pissing away my money. And one day I played a comedy club, and I had like a couple of $1,000. They paid me in cash in those days.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a couple of $1,000 in my pocket. I'm doing a one-nighter the next night, and I had the cash in my jacket, and I took my jacket off, and I went to the bathroom, and somebody stole it out of my jacket. So I called a friend of mine who used to be on Sirius XM, Alex Bennett. I said, Alex, listen, you got to do me a favor. I can't pay my rent this week. Somebody stole money out of my jacket. I need to borrow $1,000. And Alex said, no problem. He gives me the $1,000. The next week I fly back to LA, and there's this giant statue, a rare statue of the Creature of the Black Lagoon. Supposedly they only made 10 of them. And I saw the statue, and I said, I have to have this in my house. And it cost $1,000. And I took my rent money, and I bought this creature from the Black Lagoon, which I still have to this day. Somehow I paid my rent. I paid back Alex. I don't know what happened. And then I told the story on the radio, and I'm doing a comedy club, and somebody brings me a little creature statue. They still make them. You wind them up, and sparks shoot out. They make them of Godzilla. And then I found another one. And somebody said to me, you ever go on eBay? And eBay was a new thing back then. I said, no, I've never been on eBay. They got some great creature stuff on eBay. And that was the beginning of the end. But, well, I should get that creature thing. Now there's a Pez dispenser and a Frisbee. And then people would outbid you. And I said, that rat bastard, I'm going to get that scumbag. And I started bidding. Oh, and then there's chewing gum and board games and Etch-a-Sketch. I just started collecting more and more crap. And before you knew it, I had one of the biggest collections in the country. And then finally, about 10 years ago, I'm fucking 50 years old. What do I need this shit for? What do I need this creature crap for? And I told my daughter, here, I'll give you some money. Put all this crap on eBay, one piece at a time. I'll pay you, give you a commission. And I just got rid of it all. But I still have that giant statue that I paid $1,000 for, which is probably worth about $15,000 or $20,000 now. But that poster, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, when I started collecting the 70s, I went into a store. I'll never forget this. It was $50. And I'm going, $50 was a moronic amount of money to pay for a movie poster back then, outside of the original Universal, Mummy Frankenstein, Dracula. So I'm not paying $50 for this. And about a few months later, it's $100, $150. I'm going, well, now it's out of the question. Now you buy one of those, I think it's $3,000 to $5,000 minimum. So, it's like, crap keeps going up, and then...
Now, are some of this stuff, is it valuable because these were great movies, or is it valuable because it's tough to find?
You ever see Creature from the Black Lagoon?
Sure, when I was a kid.
It's a really good movie, but I'm not crazy about it. When John Landis did the documentary, John Landis, big horror fan, when he did the documentary on Don Rickles, the Don Rickles Project, he interviewed all these comedians. And he interviewed me, and he started showing all my Creature stuff, and he said, are you really that big of a Creature fan? And I said, no, not really. And he thought it was really funny, and he took it out of the movie because it wasn't about me. It was about Rickles. But, I like it. I like the movie a lot, but I just started collecting Creature shit. I was never obsessed. I go, why am I collecting all this crap? I don't really care about the Creature of the Black Lagoon.
But I do love movie posters, and they're not big anymore. Like the new movies, they don't push. But in the 70s and even 80s, you wanted to have an effective poster because it was advertising.
I always liked movie posters. Even when I was a kid, I had movie posters in my room, not band posters.
Yeah.
Now
what did you have in your room?
Oh my gosh, I can't even remember now. It was so long ago. I know that Almost Famous was in there for sure.
And some Quentin too.
Yes, there was Quentin posters, and I can't even remember them all, but it was all, my whole room was...
Maybe one of my favorite movie posters is your buddy Woody Allen, Manhattan. That poster.
It's a great shot.
And I think of that anytime I'm down in that, Chris is putting a picture of it up now.
It's a beautiful shot.
But they, on this shot, the park bench there, right? There wasn't even a bench there. Woody put the bench in
for the
movie, and now people are like, we got to put a bench
It's so
there.
funny you mentioned that, because my friend John Kish, who did the Separate Cinema book, I stayed at his house the other day with my girlfriend up in the country, and in the guest room is a photograph, that photograph right there, because he's friends with the photographer, and signed by the photographer, having him overlooking the Brooklyn Bridge, which is fantastic. Anyway, but it's funny, you talk about movie posters, what's even more beautiful, and not worth nearly as much, are all the French, Belgian, and German posters. Because if you look at American movies in the 50s and 60s, and even before that, the 40s and the 70s, the French version, they did beautiful artwork. And a lot of ours were really basic, not even like no thought or imagination or creativity was put into them.
The only poster I think, or one of the only movie posters I have in my house now is a Fat City poster.
Yeah.
The Stacy Keach movie with Susan Tyrrell. But it's a French version of Fat City. And it's a really cool poster.
The French one.
There it is, the second one.
So it's that
one there.
American movie.
But that's the French artwork for
Fat
City.
That's fantastic. I love that.
And that's in my house. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Much cooler. They put so much into them.
Man, I haven't seen Fat City in a long time. Did you ever see that movie?
What?
Fat City?
No, it's my boyfriend's favorite movie. That's why I bought it for him.
Great movie. I haven't seen it since I was a kid. That's weird that would become his favorite movie.
What does your boyfriend do? You never talk about him.
I don't talk. I don't do.
Does Dad like the boyfriend?
Oh yeah.
He does. Yeah,
very nice guy.
They're very close.
Well, first of all, we're both Eagles fans, so that makes everything a little easy. But I would actually say this: he's more. He's
younger.
No, he's 10 years older than me. But he lives and dies with the team in a way that I don't.
He does. He's a believer.
With what? With what team?
With Philadelphia Eagles. Oh. I don't allow myself to feel pain over sports. Like I don't fall on the ground.
It's amazing that he really cares that much. I got invited. If the Yankees were in the series, I got invited to the series, and I asked, what? I'd rather just sit home and watch it. I don't want to be around all these assholes. When I see couples dressed alike, when they're wearing the shirt with the name on the back, like they're going to get called in if somebody sprains a leg.
What are you
wearing somebody else's name on your back for? What are you, 12?
But also the
your
fact
boyfriend.
He's not a jersey wearer.
But the fact that you're wearing a younger guy's name, that's really weird to me. That's like having a Justin Bieber poster in your house. I really love this guy. So I put up a poster of him. You're not plugging Bobby at all today, Chris?
Bobby Slayton's in studio. He's performing at Levity Live in West Nyack this Friday, October 27th through Sunday, October 29th. LevityLive.com for tickets. And he'll be at the Carlson in Rochester, New York next weekend on Twitter at Pitbull of Comedy.
Now, you said when you did Artie and Anthony, right? You said It's a what? It's a little bit of work to do?
Well, not even in a bad way. They're just like me. They're both high energy.
Right.
And Artie's a joke machine.
Yes, he is.
And you
He's
know what?
unbelievable.
He didn't stop with the jokes, and I'd say 95% of them, maybe more. It's like he's sitting there shooting baskets and it's swishing. It's just every joke is.
It's unbelievable how quick and funny Artie is. And it's insane. And the catalog that he has, just there's a weird impression into something. I saw Gurion on their show the other day, and Anthony goes into his dice, which he's been doing for at least 20 years. He does a great dice. And Jeffrey's like, oh my God, that's some fun. And I'm like, you're just showing the host of the show that you completely have no idea what he does for a living. You know what I mean?
And he says hello. Anthony says hello.
He does say hello.
He asked what show I was doing. I mentioned Fugelsang. I mentioned somebody else.
Did he want you to say hi to Fugelsang?
You know what? He didn't say anything about that. I didn't say hello because I love.
That's interesting.
Because I love Bennington. I think it was like that.
Yes.
I'm not sure he said hello.
Now, there's also, somebody told me the other day, there's problems between Fugelsang and the Bonfire.
Really?
The Bonfire, and I think they share a studio, one before the other. I've never had that problem.
They're having a feud.
I don't know if they're having a
Fugelsang.
feud, but from what I understand, the temperature is very chilly. Cold, if you
What's the Bonfire?
Bonfire is Big Jay Okerson. I'm sure you're familiar with his
Of course
career.
I know Jay.
And Mr. Dan Soder.
I know Dan Soder,
Okay,
I
good.
think.
Shit, I was, that made for an awkward moment.
As a matter of fact, it was your show that Big Jay Okerson, I was on with him when I got all that crap for calling
that's
Patrice
right. I
O'Neal an
forgot
asshole,
about that.
Right?
Well, you
Remember
said
that? Patrice was.
You said,
acting
"Thank
like
God
an asshole."
Patrice is dead."
That's what you said?
Exactly, but yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Oh
Well,
my
here's what he
God.
did.
You don't even remember. You can embellish yourself.
No, I know. All you said is a feud that you and Patrice had when he was alive. You didn't say anything.
It wasn't a feud. I just said we did this nasty show together, and he's kind of being an asshole to the woman. I think it was Patty Roseborough, who was, doing our show for the first time. And Patrice was very full of himself and liked to hold court. And I guess it was a character he did that. I heard he was really a nice guy. But then when I did Opie and Anthony show, they go, no, he was an asshole. They said it on the air. And then everybody said that. But when I said it, of course, everybody gave me shit.
Well, I guess.
And I didn't really know the man. I'm just saying he was being a jerk to the comics on the bill when we did the show.
You said that he said something about your suit, that you didn't spend enough money on your
He didn't spend
suit.
enough money on my suit. But that was a black thing. No black people talk like that.
I didn't know that.
Black people will tell you that wear a $200 suit until you cost $1,000, and a Jew will wear a $1,000 suit until you got it for $200. So it sounds like a Jackie Mason bit. How you know how much? $30, $2,000 suit. So I think
By the way,
the other way.
When you were doing Seinfeld, it did sound like Jackie Mason.
Who are these people?
Who are these people?
That's why I don't do impressions. I was never very good at that.
Bobby Slayton.
Didn't you just do this a second ago?
That's why I wanted to try to make up.
I was looking for you for time.
Oh, okay.
Not for that. Did it make you crazy that I dropped that?
I know.
I knocked something off the table, right? About 40 minutes ago. And every minute I said, Gail, look down at it. Like,
Because you know why? I'm afraid that you're going to roll over.
I could put a fish, a flopping fish could be on the floor and I wouldn't give a shit.
Oh my God.
I don't
no.
care what I drop. Beto, write that down because I'm going to have you speak at my funeral. One thing about Ron, he didn't care if he dropped anything.
You should bring in a fish one day and just have a little goldfish and put it on the ground.
See what he does.
I won't. It shan't bother me. So, what part are you playing in the new Woody Allen? Because I'm very excited that you have this connection.
Well, here's what was really cool.
Yeah.
And I think I might have told this story last time I was on, but when I did that show Crisis in 16s, which got the worst reviews.
Yeah, they hated it.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I watched it all.
And everybody hated it. I liked it, maybe because I like Woody. I like Louis Black in it. I like Elaine May. A lot of people said she sounded like she just had a stroke because she was slurring the words. And everybody said Miley Cyrus was terrible. I'm watching Miley. I thought she was fine. I thought, and Judy Gold, the comic, she was good. I mean, I was better than all of them, but they were good. I was really good. I worked a little bit harder on my part. But I've never seen anything get such horrible reviews. Then I saw in the news the other day, in the Yahoo News and stuff, they paid Woody $80 million for this. I don't know if that's true or not. But anyway, after that, a few weeks later, he starts shooting his movie, Wonder Wheel. And I was in Syracuse, New York at the Funny Bone, and I got a call from his casting director to see if I wanted to be in it. I guess Colin Quinn was supposed to do it, but he hurt his leg or something. So they called me.
Oh, yeah. I remember when he hurt his leg. Yeah.
So they call me. Maybe because I sound like Colin Quinn. Maybe because they want to be Arthur and she's dead. They call her or Colin Quinn. I don't know how it worked.
Yeah.
Maybe, they want Harvey Firestein, but it wasn't gay enough. Or maybe, I don't know what they wanted. So anyway, I went down to do it. And I got 2 great scenes. We shot up at Playland at Rye, where I grew up. Playland, one of the oldest amusement parks in the country. And so we got to shoot it when the amusement park wasn't open. And I had not seen that amusement park since I was like 10 years old. It was so cool to walk around. All the same rides weren't there anymore, but it was just to be up there because, the pier was taking the place of Coney Island. So we did that. And then we had a big party scene with me and Max Casella from The Sopranos and Boardwalk. And my wife, Debbie Mazer. Now, I love Debbie Mazer.
Yeah.
She's great. She's great. So we do this scene. We're sitting around a party with Jim Belushi, and he's having a fight with his wife, Kay Winslet, and we're just singing. We're just smoking cigarettes and drinking and singing. And they cut. Somebody told me I'm still in the background at the party, but they cut my big singing scene out. Oh, well. And if you look at the credits, by the way, I have a bigger part than Max Casella and Debbie Mazer, but their name listed in the credits. I had to call IMDb and go, hey, what about me? Debbie Mazer's my wife. She doesn't say a goddamn word. I'm singing away. I'm singing up a storm here. I'm doing April Showers by Al Jolson. I'm doing Bell Bottom Trousers, big hit in 1948. I studied this shit. I'm singing. I worked with 2 acting coaches on that scene, and they both said to me, this is going to be hard for a real actor. I'm not sure how you're going to do it. But I did it, and it's... I'm finally in the... So whatever. It's still on my resume.
Right.
How much of me is in it, I don't know. Story of my life.
Bobby Slayton, everybody. There's only one. It's so great to see you, pal. Now you're going to do Fugle Sang now, or you've already done it?
I'm going to go have a glass of vino and do it at 4 o'clock.
Okay. So move over that. Listen at 4 o'clock today, because he's always funny. He's going to be funny with John, too.
Bobby Slayton's been in studio. Bobby's performing at Levity Live in West Nyack, New York this Friday, October 27th.
Great club.
Friday, October 27th through Saturday, October 29th, levitylive.com for tickets. And he'll be at the Carlson in Rochester, New York next weekend. And for all Bobby's dates, go to bobbyslayton.com.
Got a great new my website's great. My girlfriend just redesigned it. It's really
is that
cool.
right?
It doesn't look like a comedian website.
I'm going to go to it.
It's
I'm
really
going to
nice.
go to it today.
It's great.
All right. That's it for us. We'll see you again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!